This show is the unluckiest show on the radio.
You'll color me happy. There's a sofa in here for two.
First time in an elevator.
Penthouse.
The Penthouse. Wow, great view. I bet you can see all the way to the ocean from out here.
Penthouse, top floor, got everything I need and a lot more. High ceilings, marble floor, and my penthouse.
Hey, Mr. Greek, can I get your autograph?
Hey, Greek, what's happening, pal?
I'm 6 deep behind a 4. You can't find me.
Oh my God, it's Greek.
You're listening to The Penthouse. Here's The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast.
It is The Penthouse on a Friday. Good morning, everybody, to 92.1 Real Radio. Getting ready for the weekend with you guys on a Friday. We got a lot for you today, so fill up your cart with it. We got Greek Gridiron in studio at 1:35. We got your chance to win $1,000 13 times a day with the keyword. We got a big giveaway that'll help you with Halloween. And are you tired of Taylor Swift yet? Because most people are. All that and more on the Penthouse. And no, we didn't win Powerball. Good morning, Jimmy.
Hello and good morning. Not unless we move to California.
Yeah. Ooh, be nice. And good morning, Francis.
Hi, good morning to you.
Yeah, one guy won. Wow, that's great.
Yeah, that's two of the largest Powerballs, Powerballs, California. Or was it one the Mega Millions? I can't remember.
Powerball.
They were both Powerball? Yeah.
Because that was the kid who bought all that property next to Jimmy Kimball.
He won over $2 billion, and then this one close to.
Yeah. So if you know anybody in California, send hi to them and give them a call and say, hey, what's up? Meant to call you. And the store will get a lot of money, too. They get a nice little bonus. But don't worry, because Powerball will be up again before we know it to a large sum of money. Taylor Swift was at the game last night. If you watch the game,
she was.
Yeah, if you
just kidding.
Oh my
get
God,
away from it.
You cannot get away from it. Yeah, of course. And everybody gets annoyed about it. Where I was, just speaking to people I'm around, and how much they talked about it. The Chiefs' record with her 3-0, and it's just crazy. I don't think this is going to die anytime soon, unless all of a sudden they break up. But, yeah, she does get a lot of coverage. And Amazon or the NFL, everybody's just taking as much, milking it as much as they can. And she's also with Mahomes' wife hanging out, and she's not a big fan either. So if you didn't like the Chiefs now, you're not going to like them even more because it's just all over the place. You can't get away from it. You just cannot get away from it. So the good thing is Sunday and Sunday night and Monday night, you wanted to deal with it because the Chiefs are not playing. They ended up winning last night 19-8. Weird score. And they covered the 10.5, which is crazy. So if you won that game, you won
wild, right?
Oh, my God. And Denver goes for 2 and gets it. And then you're like, oh, maybe something's going to happen. And for whatever reason last night, they couldn't score touchdowns. They were scoring they hit a lot of field goals. But, yeah, not a great offensive game for the Chiefs. They haven't been on all cylinders this year offensively. But, yeah, she definitely was there and making some noise. She definitely was. 877-927-6969. Give us a call on anything you want, but if you're sick of Taylor Swift, want to hear about it. Also, you can text us at Real Radio 47142, or you can email Jimmy at realradio921.com.
Her movie comes out today, right? The movie about the Eras tour?
I think it came out a couple days ago.
Yeah, I know they had the premiere, but I think for the public, because I saw that Beyonce showed up for her premiere and stuff like that. But.
Yeah, they said people were selling like the tins that you get the popcorn in for like $100. TMZ was talking about that. I was like, and some people buy it. Used.
So ridiculous.
Used popcorn thing.
Like, she didn't even touch it. You just went to the movie to watch her movie, and they're selling those tins. Are they? So I haven't seen them yet. So does it say like Eras Tour all over it and stuff?
I think so.
Right.
It was on TMZ.
Okay.
They're selling it for $100.
So
you don't get the popcorn though. I don't think.
Just the tin, obviously.
Then I'm out.
You're out. It's not worth it.
So if you live near me, I'm not going to give my address. 50 from what I saw on my app. 58 homes were affected and maybe more out there. I have not had power in my house since 1:42 this morning. So I woke up this morning, typical time to like go to the gym, and I was like, we normally have this one light, and I was like, the house is really, really dark. And then I go and I look at my phone, and my phone wasn't charging, and I was just like, And then I go to turn on the light, and I'm like, well, shoot. I almost said another word.
You didn't notice with no air?
No, I was sleeping. Yeah. I mean, it wasn't, 4 hours without it isn't enough to really, really affect the fact that, the air went out.
Yeah.
Because, it was, like a little before 6. And it happened. So I look at my phone and I have an alert from FPL and I look and I open it up and it said, 142 power went out. And it said 58 homes affected. And it's saying that probably won't have power at least until noon today. And so it's one of those things that you don't realize. And it's just like, I didn't go to the gym because it was so damn dark. I couldn't get ready. I didn't anything. And I couldn't make breakfast. I couldn't and that's one of those things. It's such an inconvenience. Yeah. Is my life over? No. But it was like, and then I kept on forgetting. So I kept on trying to turn on lights. And then I plugged in my
that's the best part.
I plugged in my curling iron. I was like, wait, I can't even do my hair. Like, I can't do anything. And you just kept on forgetting about it. And then having to go to the bathroom in darkness. I have candles in there with me. So I hope it happens. We had so I don't know if you know what a sous vide is, but it's a way of cooking, and it's you can put meat in a pot, and a sous vide is an appliance that you put in, and it slowly cooks it, and then you take whatever steak or meat you do, and you can do eggs, and then you put it on the grill, and it's supposed to make it super soft, super tender, because you do it for hours on end.
All right.
So we had we learned this trick. You get a chuck roast, which is not typically a tender cut of meat,
right?
And you sous vide it for 24 hours, and then you put it on the grill, and it tastes like a ribeye.
Oh, all right.
It is as soft as a ribeye,
So
right?
So
it's like a cheaper way of instead of spending all that money on a ribeye, you do $6 a pound on a chuck or whatever it is. And so no, we had it in the sous vide last night, and sous vide, electricity was out, so it was unattended and not heating up for 5 or 6 hours. So we probably
I was wondering where you were going.
So we probably have to throw. So we probably have to throw that away.
I thought you meant you had breakfast this morning.
No. So because it was just sitting there and it wasn't cooking for that long.
So FB&L owes you money.
And now, and I'm like, well, man, if the fridge doesn't start getting working either, that's gonna be a mess, and we're gonna have to throw out everything if it doesn't happen at noon, like they say. I mean, I think we can last a bit. I told my husband, I said, don't open anything, so we can keep all the cold air in the fridge and the freezer. But you just don't realize what an inconvenience it is not to have electricity.
So you're gonna go home at 12 and check?
I guess I'm not gonna go home to check. I will get an alert. I mean, that's the good thing about having the app. But I'm curious if it was widespread. I guess the storms were pretty bad last night to the point where
even this morning I was on my way
they
and
hit
it
us
poured.
up.
Yeah, it was terrible.
Yeah. Knocked out the power. So where I live, we still have the power lines. I'm like, when are they going to put them underground? Like when? And not just that, it's such an eyesore too.
Yeah, a lot of Florida has that like that. That's bad inconvenience. They are pretty good though, FP now, because we had something down in my building. We went out one night, lightning hit the whole building, and they told us the time. They said it would go back on 4:45, and it went on 4:40.
I hope so, because we're almost talking about 12 hours without it.
Yeah. But it definitely sucks when you lose power. There's no doubt about it. It's an inconvenience.
They said they predicted through the center of the state. My husband was reading. He follows one of these meteorologists who's actually really, really good.
Actually knows what he's doing.
And they said that they believe 47 or some crazy amount of little tornadoes popped up throughout the center. Yeah, Florida. Is what they saw. I don't know. I don't think that's what affected us, but just in the state alone, I guess there was really terrible storms.
Well, hopefully it goes on by 12 o'clock.
I sure hope so.
And then when you get back, when you get done working, you can go home, check it out, and everything
is
good.
Those poor dogs are going to be it's so hot.
You should have brought them in here.
Bring your dog to work day?
You're allowed to bring dogs in here. I don't think there's a rule against that. We would have loved to have the pets.
Yeah, I'm sure you would have loved it so much. I know Jimmy would have, but I don't know if
I wouldn't be on the air. I'd be playing with the dogs.
Me too. I know. I leave the house and I'm like, I love you. And my husband goes, I love you too. And I was like, I was talking to the dogs.
Oh, my God.
I already told him I loved him, though. So I was like, what do you think I'm saying twice?
That's awesome.
Yeah.
See you later, guys. Let us know if FP&L goes on. 877-927-6969. That is the number to get involved. Remember, Greek Scridiron today is in studio. So if you want a chance to go to Vegas, who doesn't, and a golf cart for $4, you make sure you call us up about 1:30 today, 1:35, and we'll get a contestant on to go against me.
And it is first come, first serve around here in the Penthouse.
We'll put out the cuticle.
And you guys will be ready to go. And again, your odds are even greater. They're getting better and better. So jump on it because you got a great chance. You got one in right now about 12 chances. So you stacked as far as getting a chance to win. Jimmy, do we want to pay a new Greek misspeak?
No, because I don't have one.
Okay.
You want to spin the wheel?
Spin the wheel.
Yeah.
Right. I'm sorry.
Spin the wheel for misspeaks if you'd like. So,
I'm sorry.
Let me get the wheel out. It's over here. Somebody keeps moving it on me.
Well, that thing's heavy. How do they do that?
Got to keep doing it. All right. So, you ready, Franny? You're all.
Yeah,
you got the arms all.
Let's do it. Let's do
ready?
it.
All
Yes.
right. Give
I'm
her
ready.
a spin and
Okay.
go. Number 155. Here we go, kids. And
This is your Greek misspeak review.
I'm trying to get a laugh or, a little squat. And Girl Scout cookies are out, so be on the ware because they're going to be coming at you.
Whoa, really?
Again, we've never heard these quotes, by the way. We're blown photoed.
Is it gonna hurt?
Come back with some fun facts and some more of these and beeps.
If you are from a non-English speaking background and you want to speak clear, correct English, you've come to the right place.
Call into 877-927-6969. Every day is the same day.
It's almost time for one of our favorite winter holidays, Groundhog Day.
Sweetums.
Yes.
I don't, when I say it, I don't have any anger behind it. It's just me, my voice, infuriating. You know what I mean?
No, we do not know what you're saying.
Keeps on going. It's like that little bunny rabbit just bounces around. Bzz, 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 bzz.
Oh, for God's sake.
That was a
There
solid
goes
one.
Bugs.
That
That
was
was
good.
a solid one. So, Jimmy, you had an exciting day yesterday. Well, I don't know if you necessarily can call it exciting, but it was a big day.
Yeah, it was an
for
exciting
you.
day, a big day. So my wife and I went down to title company for selling our current home.
Yes.
And we signed the paperwork. Now, the closing is supposed to be today. It might be Monday, too. We're a little weird why nobody can seem to get that date down packed. But any which way, for me to take off a Friday is a little difficult. So you guys were nice enough to let me have the day off. And we went down, we took care of it. We pre-signed all our side of things so that when the buyer wants to come in and, whenever their closing date is set, which should be today, I think this afternoon.
Awesome.
And they'll sign it. So we get down there. So we're having oh boy, one of those moments. So we get there, everybody's outside the building because we're not quite sure where, we've never been there before to the building. So we get there, fire department's there, everybody's outside. We're like,
what is
what's going on?
happening,
I don't smell any smoke or see any smoke
that's
or
good.
anything. So I'm like, all right, well, maybe it's just an alarm, which it ended up just being that. So we took care of that yesterday afternoon. And so our part's done. We're just waiting for the rest of it to happen and be complete. And
Great news.
We'll be set. And then we're going to stay at that house until our new one is completed.
That's awesome.
As far as the building of the new one. And that is, boy, darn close. We have a tentative closing date on that for the 25th.
Nice.
Of October.
That's
so
awesome.
hopefully within the next couple of weeks, we'll be moving on up and moving on out.
Super exciting. 12 days away. Yeah. I'm
about a week after that, we'll have the
happy
big
for
party.
ya.
So I'll let everybody know.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, it's always super exciting when you do that. So today is a bittersweet day for me because my mom is on her way right now to Puerto Rico.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so she's moving. This is I'll get to see her in about a month or so because she's coming back down. She got us tickets for a concert, the family that we're going to. We're going to go see Pitbull and Enrique Iglesias and Ricky Martin. She got us tickets for that. So I'll see her in a little less than a month, and then
Say hi to Ricky Martin. He's getting divorced.
I will. But yeah, so it's weird because it doesn't feel real yet because it's not like I see her on the daily, but we've got to spend a lot of time with each other. She stayed with me a few nights these past couple weeks. So it's one of those things. And thank goodness she's okay. But I'm like, talk about the no power and then this happened to her. And I'm like, man, is Friday the 13th the real deal? But this happened yesterday. Because, a lot of bad luck, a lot of bad things happen.
Yeah, and
But yeah, so she was selling one of her cars. She got a little car. She sold her truck, got a car, and she was like, you know what? I'll just get something when I go to Puerto Rico.
Yeah, I was going to say it'd be difficult getting that over there, huh?
Can't drive it,
It's expensive, right? So it just makes more sense. So she was going to sell her car. She found somebody to buy it instead of going, to a dealership to see how much. So she found somebody who was going to give her pretty good amount for her car. On her way to go bring the guy her car, she got in a car accident. Yeah.
Is she okay?
She's okay. That's what I told her because, of course, she was, it happened while I was here in the building at work. And, of course, I'm like freaking out. But she's like, okay. She's just a little shaken up. They said it was her fault, even though she was like, unless I'm going senile, I swear the light was green and the lady turned. But, yeah, so thank goodness she's okay.
That's the most important thing.
But I don't know if they're going to be able to salvage the car. So.
Really?
Oh, it's that bad, huh?
Yeah. The whole front end is smashed. And I said, at this point, probably the best thing is if they total it.
Oh, yeah.
At this point. So we will see. But yes, thank goodness she's okay. But I'm like, God, that sucks.
Yeah.
I mean, she was so excited and she needed that extra cash to help her out over there.
Yeah, that's brutal.
I mean, she'll get a lot less in Savage selling it, obviously. But at least then just get a settlement, get something over there.
Hopefully that's what happens. We'll see. But yeah, I was like, man, that really does. I mean, but like I said, the fact that she's okay is the most important.
Yeah, it is the most important thing,
of
obviously,
that.
but it still sucks.
Yeah.
When you're doing anything, you're like, I'm ready to go and trying to put everything together last minute. That sucks. Did she get on our plane today?
Yeah, I talked to her this morning. And
so that was okay.
Yeah, she was going to Fort Lauderdale.
No delays with the weather.
Not that I know of. But you never know these days.
All right. Well, let's hope for the best with everything.
Yes.
You guys can give us a call. I gave you the number. I'll do it again. I'm going to charge you this time. 877-927-6969. Big giveaway today, 11:45. Your chance to win $1,000 13 times a day. Don't forget about that. And Greek's Gridiron will be in studio today at 1:35. Somebody's got to knock me off this week, and you guys got an opportunity to do it. And then you got to root for me. That's what you do. You beat me, and then you root for me.
There you go. So you're the only one in the pool.
That's it. Then you can't lose.
The way to do it.
That's it. Franny, what does it say about your gym clothes? Because you go to the gym more than anybody. When I go to the gym, I just throw on a pair of sweats and a T-shirt.
Yeah, which a lot of people do.
But what does it say? I know you have something that I saw this article, but I didn't really get into.
And it's interesting, right? Everybody has their own style. I'm typically leggings, sports bra kind of girl. I see guys that just do the basketball shorts and a tank, and then there's some guys who wear even leggings themselves. Those tight pants. Have you ever seen that?
Yeah,
I can see everything.
Yeah, I've seen that. And it's hard not to look. You're like, whoa.
I know. I was like, you are hiding nothing.
Yeah.
And I guess you could say that for some women too, especially nowadays with those pants that go right up the rear ends.
Yeah, you could say that again.
I mean, we've talked about it. I mean,
Yes.
you see them in the supermarkets all the time.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Well, it's everywhere. It's not just the gym. I mean, they wear them everywhere.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Supermarkets,
True,
like on a Sunday morning, I'm not saying it's not appropriate. I'm just surprised.
Women like it right. They do. They walk around in their gym clothes. Like I'm wearing my gym clothes today because I didn't go this morning. I'm going right after I'm done here today. So that's why I'm going. But yeah, so these fashion experts, right? Fashion and fitness experts, is according to the New York Post, wrote about what these things mean. Your clothing. And if you go in, which I normally don't see, like a full-on tracksuit, right? They say that stepping to a gym in a tracksuit ensemble shows you're not just a fashionista in training, you're actually there to train. It says if they see someone decked out in full Adidas, I'm not familiar with Kappa Kappa, are you? Kappa Kappa tracksuit? You would think that they're an athlete or someone who probably jogs outside every morning and takes workouts very seriously.
Yeah. Kappa Kappa?
Kappa Kappa is a brand.
Okay, I'll say that the next time somebody I say.
Kappa, Kappa.
Is that a Kappa Kappa?
A Kappa Kappa tracksuit or Adidas. Let's say if you are a T-shirt, basketball shorts, and maybe like a little drawstring bag, which I see a lot of guys. They said wearing a ratty old T-shirt and shorts signals you have a more relaxed fitness style. I would think they're going to like the YMCA or an old traditional gyms. Or maybe you're a stoner, is what they said. Is that interesting? Like automatically they go, you smoke pot if that's what you're wearing. This one's weird. If you wear who wears ski masks? They said if you
gym?
If you see someone while wearing a ski mask, I would probably go the other way.
So would I.
Yeah, I was going to say. You're about to get rolled.
That's what they said. Yeah.
I'd be like, I'm leaving.
They said it's probably a guy. While it may look like he's about to rob something, the fashion experts say it shows he's super serious about his health and wants to be outside even in the cold. So I guess if he's outside running, So if you see someone running while wearing a ski mask.
Okay.
They said matching sportswear and headphones. which is typically what I do. They said those who sport the latest coordinating Lululemon, which I do not do because it's too damn expensive.
Oh, my God.
What sports bra is like $100.
What a scam.
Yeah.
Oh, I know, girl.
I got a gift card, $100 gift card for my mother.
Could get a sock.
And I never stepped into one. And so I stepped in there and I was like, now I know I never stepped into one because I was like, oh, maybe I can get a set. No, I can get a bra. And that's it.
Yeah, yeah.
It's absolutely insane.
Yep. And it's always packed.
Yeah. They said while chatting away on their Bluetooth Apple AirPods Max, they said those people have a place to be and are ready to get down to business. They don't have time to waste. If they want to get their sweat session before their next meeting or work, it shows. So those people are just in it for business. Don't talk to them. Let them do their thing.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. And then this is interesting because they say sneakers, all right? You would think everybody wears sneakers. I have noticed a lot of people at the gym wearing Crocs.
Really?
Lately.
Is that dangerous? Because if something falls
You would think. I mean, if something fall on your sneaker, it's still going to hurt. I mean, it's going to hurt.
Yeah.
And who knows, maybe Crocs because the rubber might be a little bit more protective. But you would think like with because they're slides, like you wouldn't think that it would be such a great thing. But I've noticed a lot of guys wearing Crocs at the gym. It's weird. Yeah, but they say shoes are the biggest telltale signs if somebody doesn't know what they're doing. If they're wearing Converse or Nike Air Force One, you know they're not really prepared. Which is interesting because I have heard,
Really, huh?
well, yeah, because I've heard with the Converse, like a lot of people wear them for leg day because they're flat.
Okay.
So it's easier to do squats and stuff in. So I've actually seen people bring 2 pairs of sneakers.
Wow, they're
like
into
if
that
they
then.
do. I have a buddy, my buddy Nate does it.
No, but he's
so
into
for,
training.
So for like cardio and stuff, they'll put on their regular sneakers, running shoes, and maybe they'll get that done on the treadmill, and then they'll hop on and do the other stuff, and then they change into like their Chucks or Converse. But this person's saying you're not prepared. The fitness trainer points out that a lot of popular sneakers are made for athleisure, not for workouts. And while the latest viral footwear trends may look good, they recommend wearing the clothing and shoes that works best for that workout, regardless of what's most trendy.
Now,
And
who
so-
wrote that? The sneaker company? So you
This-
buy another pair.
Yes, yes. But he's not telling
CEO of Nike.
But he's not telling you because he's even knocking Nike Air Force Ones. So he's not telling you which ones to wear. He's just saying you should wear gym shoes, not
Yeah, get another pair.
Converse. Yes. Yep. So those are the one things. There's more on there, but that's just the meat of it.
I was at my gym last week, and these 2 guys were arguing over changing the channel. And I was the only person. And one guy wanted to watch the news, the other guy ESPN. So I was sitting there just doing my stuff, jumping some rope. And they both asked me at the same time. They go, what do you want on? And I looked at both and I go, I'm not in this. You guys do what you want.
You duke it out.
But they were really arguing
care.
back and forth. I go, why don't you do like 15 minutes each? How's that? And then I just finished. I was jumping rope, and I was like, I'm out. But it was so funny.
Peace out
Yeah,
before this gets worse.
It was. They were getting intense. Like one guy came over, clicked it, put the clicker down on this little bench. The other guy gets off the treadmill, comes over, changes it. You know when you change it, even at a bar, when you change a game, that's why they usually don't let anybody have the clickers because people get pissed.
Yeah.
They're watching something. Oh my God, I was cracking up. And when he did, I go, this guy's gonna lose his cookies. And he did. He came back and he switched it. He's like, why don't you decide? I said, I'm out. I got no
Don't
choice.
get me involved in this nightmare.
I'm not doing this. I don't care. It is the Penthouse. We're going to come back with a trifecta this day in history. And Jimmy's got a lot of stats about the 13th, which is today, by the way. If you didn't know it, well, we just told you. And if it blows your day up, we're sorry. But today is Friday the 13th. Stay away from cats. Maybe. Do what you want. Peace.
Real Radio is the News Junkie.
Something is coming back into popularity that has not been popular for a very long time.
Sean Watson.
What? How dare you? My popularity remains at an all-time high.
The News Junkie. Weekday afternoons at 2 on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Now you can relive the greatest moments from our 2023 iHeartRadio Music Festival.
Streaming only on Hulu.
Lenny Kravitz kicks things off with his biggest hits.
Foo Fighters get the whole crowd singing along.
Tim McGraw debuts his new song live.
Public Enemy brings the 90s hip-hop energy.
Fall Out Boy covers a classic while literally on fire. And so much more.
Relive the greatest moments from our iHeartRadio Music Festival.
Streaming now only on Hulu for a limited time.
Here's traffic on Real Radio.
Crash in Lantana blocking 2 left lanes southbound 95 at Lantana Road. We've got stop and go delays going on in the area. This is a spot you might want to avoid if you can. Turnpike is looking better at this point. We do have rain falling over parts of Palm Beach County, so drive carefully. I'm Joel Mount.
This report is sponsored by The Mark Moss Show.
Ukraine's received $115 billion from U.S., Europe, and around the world. Yet, that's not enough? I'm Mark Moss, helping you navigate the decentralized revolution. Listen to The Mark Moss Show on the iHeartRadio app, on Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey, it's the Greek from Monroe's of Palm Beach. Beautiful place with gorgeous ladies 7 days a week till 5 a.m. What a 5-star menu. And 1028, it's strip or treat. That's right, 1028, strip or treat. Their Halloween contest and party you don't want to miss. $500 on the line for a costume contest. 1028, it's strip or treat. It's Monroe's of Palm Beach. Trick or treat, baby. You know where you got to go for the best ladies and the sexiest girls. Peace.
Hurricane season is still in full effect, so if you aren't prepared, it is never too late, and let StormSmart be the company that will give you peace of mind. Hey, it's Franny. Protect your home or business with the leading hurricane safety products on the market for over 27 years. Stormcatcher screens. Not only do they protect your home from storms, but they also add curb appeal, shade your home from harsh sunlight, and keep out those pesky bugs. To get your home protected with Stormcatcher screens or any of StormSmart's hurricane protection solutions, call 855-96-SMART or go to stormsmart.com for your free consultation.
This is the lunch rush at your local deli. Orders are flying in. Online, on the phone, and in person.
Order for Nick.
So is it possible that fast internet could help your business outrun the rush? It is with Comcast Business. Up-leveling your speed with gig speed Wi-Fi, powering all your devices, and fast downloads and uploads, powered by the next generation 10G network. With Comcast Business, next-level speed isn't just possible, it's happening. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Get started with fast speeds and advanced security for $49 a month for 12 months with a 1-year contract. Plus, ask how to get a $600 prepaid card with a qualifying gig bundle. Call or go online to learn more. Ends 11/12/2023. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and autopay. New 100 megabits per second internet and security edge customers only. Equipment, taxes, and other fees extra. After promo, regular rates apply. Gig Wi-Fi requires gig speed and compatible router.
Can you imagine rising for work before the crack of dawn? Tending to hundreds of acres of land before dusk? Well, that's what happens on 47,000 Florida farms every day. Florida's farmers work hard to grow nutritious food for you and your family. And you can help support them by enjoying delicious Fresh from Florida produce. Look for the sunny Fresh from Florida logo where you shop or visit freshfromflorida.com to learn more.
Hey, it's the Greek for Filter by HVAC Solutions. We made it through the summer, and it was very hot. But guess what? Your air conditioner is likely overworked, tired. It's important to make sure it's properly serviced and maintained. Take care of it before it happens that there's a big problem or an emergency. And if there's an emergency, we can all agree, if your air conditioner is not working, it is an emergency. Pound 250 and say keyword stay cool. Pound 250 and say keyword stay cool. FilterByHVACSolutions.com. Go to our website. Over 70,000 5-star reviews. You will receive a one-time auto-dial text message from iHeart. If you have a problem with your air conditioning or you want to make sure it's working properly, there's only one place to call. Filter by HVAC Solutions. It's football season, and if your team doesn't score, you get hot under the collar. You can't afford for your air conditioner not to work. Pound 250 and say the keyword stay cool. Pound 250 and say the keyword stay cool. Filter by HVAC Solutions. They'll keep you cool every single day of the year. Peace.
I'm Mark Anajar. I'm Glenn Levine. I'm Ellie Anajar. Together, we're Anajar and Levine. If you've been hurt in a car crash, we'll fight to get you the maximum compensation you deserve. Call Anajar and Levine for your free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE. In office, West Palm Beach.
For over a decade, SimpliSafe has revolutionized home security, and our latest advancement is here, 24/7 LiveGuard protection, only from SimpliSafe. Now, monitoring agents can see and speak to intruders through our new indoor camera to help stop crime in real time and for fast police response. Get 20% off any new system with Fast Protect monitoring at simplisafe.com/radio. Advanced home security, 24/7 professional monitoring for less than $1 a day. There's no safe like SimpliSafe.
Hey, you're up next. Ugh, my throat hurts so bad. There's no way I can sing tonight.
Here, try these.
Vicks VapoCool Drops.
Yeah, Vicks VapoCool Drops has maximum strength menthol with a rush of Vicks Vapors.
Ooh, I can already feel it.
I told you. So, you ready?
I'm ready.
Vaporize sore throat pain fast with Vicks VapoCool Drops.
I had an important job, and it wasn't just a job, it was keeping my brothers and sisters safe. And coming back, it felt like kind of thrown away. If it hadn't been for Wounded Warrior Project, I honestly don't know if I would be here. It was like, I got my family back again. We all felt the connection, like that brother and sisterhood.
See how Wounded Warrior Project empowers women veterans like Donna by visiting woundedwarriorproject.org/empowerwomenvets.
Are you a victim of the timeshare trap and think there's no way out? I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, the original timeshare cancellation expert. And I'm here to tell you that there is a way out. All you need to do is give my office a call. I will send you a timeshare exit information kit absolutely free, explaining how the timeshare industry works and your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free info kit. 800-522-5700. 800-522-5700.
Here's the latest with weather on Real Radio.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. Skies are partly cloudy as we move through the rest of our Friday morning. Still keeping an eye on a few scattered showers and even a couple of thunderstorms as you head out the door this morning. Temperatures near 80 degrees to start. We're going to be back near 90 this afternoon. More scattered storms are likely to return later on today. We're going to stay near 90 through the weekend.
This report is sponsored by Florida Power and Light.
I'm Jennifer, and I'm an FPL customer.
I appreciate that at FPL, they are always teaching me how power works and how you can save money. I can actually have ownership and knowledge over my power bill.
Find more ways to save energy and money at fpl.com/ways to save.
Why is iHeartRadio the #1 streaming radio app? Free music.
Free live radio stations from all over the country.
Free podcasts.
Free playlists.
Free contests. Free artist radio stations.
Commercial-free stations. It's free. I love iHeartRadio. Join the millions of music, radio, and podcast fans on the #1 streaming radio app now.
iHeartRadio.
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 Free.
Strike's Cigar Lounge. Real Radio 92.1. We are an iHeart radio station. You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Yes, hello, and welcome back to the Penthouse on a Friday the 13th. Hello, thank you so much for tuning in. Whether you're listening on an FM dial or, of course, the absolutely free iHeart Radio app. Good day to you. This is Franny, and good day to you, Jimmy.
Hello, hello, and good morning, Miss Francis.
And we do have G-Man here. Speaking of Greek, on Fridays, we do Greek's Gridiron. So if you want to try to beat the Greek, 7 games against the spread, 2 in college, 2 in the NFL, you got to make sure you give us a call around 1:30 so we can set you up for that. Hello, Greek. Hi, Greek. I had a glitch, malfunction.
Could be. Maybe I'm sitting too close to you. It is the Penthouse on a Friday. We're going to get into this day in history and a trifecta.
Riders up. It's Greek's Trifecta.
All right, this is going to be a weird National League Championship Series because the two powerhouses are home with the huge payrolls. And Braves had a great season, 104 wins. They were on a steamroll. They got beat by the Phillies for the second year in a row. Unbelievable game last night. Those fans go crazy in Philadelphia. I mean, they really do. So it's going to be the Phillies in Arizona. I'm going to see what happens with Harper. He might have hurt his elbow at the end of the game, but just a surprise how that team, because the Braves had it all. Got the MVP, good pitching, but just ran into a hot team at the wrong time, and they stopped hitting, just like the Dodgers. And the Astros will take on Texas. So a couple teams that have not been there in a long time, Arizona and Texas. We'll see what happens. I don't know how it's going to do in ratings. If it's ever Arizona and Texas, there'll probably be more people listening to this show than watching the games. It's not going to be good for baseball. Chiefs did win last night 19-8, and they covered 10.5. And Taylor Swift was there. If you didn't know, you must live under a rock because it was every single place that you could think of. She was there. Aaron Rodgers does a podcast every week. It's on ESPN, and he does it religiously. And a lot of people thought he was just good friends with the host, McVay. And it came out yesterday that he gets paid $1 million or more to be on the podcast. I used to have a little bit of chats with my friends about it, and they were like, man, he's friends with him. I'm like, and Saban does it too. And I'm like, there's no way these guys go on this podcast for zip. I always thought they got paid. I didn't know they got paid 7 figures, but they got paid $1 million, more than $1 million each of them to be on, which just
Not per episode, though, right?
they said in the millions it was reported. So I don't know.
Okay.
Even they're only on 10 minutes a week.
Yeah.
I mean, even
so
if it's
it can't be per episode because that's ridiculous.
No, but still, even millions
it's a lot.
for 10 minutes is a lot. I mean, and Aaron Rodgers doesn't miss. Now I know why he doesn't miss. And the host did confirm it yesterday. I thought it was pretty crazy. Panthers lost last night in their home opener. Opener, excuse me. I believe they lost 1-0 to Washington. So hopefully they have a good season. And we'll see what happens with them. They had a great season last year, and they made the Stanley Cup. And that is your first trifecta of the day. And now it's over to Jimmy for This Day in History.
On this day in history.
Well, we got a matter of fact, I got to warm up the time machine. Let's hop in because we are going back 1,969 years ago. In the year of 54 AD, Roman Emperor Claudius was murdered by his wife, Agrippina. She first fed him poisoned mushrooms, then tickled the back of his throat with a poisoned feather.
Huh.
Well, apparently that didn't do it.
How'd she manage to do that?
Yeah, how'd she get a feather
Say,
how'd she get a feather in his throat?
Was he sleeping?
I'll show you later.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
Then she gave him a poison enema.
Oh, my God.
But he still lived.
What? Like, why is he allowing all this stuff in his orifices?
He must have been, big word. He must have been drunk or sleeping.
So after all that didn't work, she smothered him with a pillow.
Oh, he had to be.
Should have done that from the beginning. Just kidding.
Nero.
See, Franny, you got to have a plan. I love it.
Nero succeeded him as Roman emperor.
She was probably having an affair with him.
Fast forward to, more than likely, right? Fast forward 248 years ago today, in 1775, the Continental Congress authorized the construction and administration of the first American naval force, the precursor to the United States Navy. 231 years ago today, in 1792, the cornerstone of the White House was meticulously laid out. The White House was designed by James Hoban, and the first occupant, as far as president, was our second president of these United States, John Adams. 80 years ago today, 1943, Italy turned its back on its former Axis ally and declares war on Nazi Germany. 60 years ago today, 1963, the term Beatlemania was coined for the very first time. 51 years ago today, 1972, the plane carrying Uruguay's rugby team crashed in the Andes. And the 1993 film Alive is what
such a good
was
movie.
Inspiration is based on that 69-day ordeal of their survival.
Yeah, that movie did a number on me. It really did, but it was very good.
That's probably a tough one to watch, yet very enlightening and a lot of emotions that would come about watching that movie. 13 years ago today, in 2010, the 33 Chilean miners were finally rescued after being trapped in a collapsed mine for 69 days. 7 years ago today, in 2016, Bob Dylan was awarded the Nobel Prize in Literature for having created new poetic expressions within the great American song tradition. 4 years ago today, in 2019, Simone Biles became the most decorated gymnast in history when she wins a record 25th medal at the World Championship in Germany. And finally, 2 years ago today, in 2021, William Shatner boards Jeff Bezos' Blue Origin space shuttle with 3 other people and becomes the oldest living person to travel into space at the young age of 90 years old.
That was 2 years ago.
It's been 2 years already since that happened, huh?
Jimmy, going back to Beatlemania, imagine if you had the trademark on that. How many times that's been like, and maybe in that time people didn't even realize it to get it. You know what I'm saying? But like, you go back then to how many times that's been out there said.
Do they own the rights to that? Well,
I don't know.
within I guess McCartney or
I don't know
whoever.
It might be somebody else. It's like Pat Riley owns 3P.
3P,
Yeah,
right?
you don't know, but I'm saying like I wonder who. I don't even know if that was existing then, where somebody was like, I'm going to get the trademark. But then when it became
a term like that, right? I mean,
and it's huge. I mean, you heard it every time the Beatles were mentioned. You heard it.
Yeah.
And it just like when you said it's the first thing I thought of, like, wow, did anybody ever think of that? Because that had to bring in gazillions. That's all you heard for years, and you were talking 50 years, 60 years.
But it would have to be merchandised, right? I mean, it's like you wouldn't pay a royal. Like right now, we're not paying a royalty if we say something about Beatlemania, right?
No, but you saw it on T-shirts. Sure. All over. You
right. Any sort of merchandising, I'm
cups.
sure.
I mean, we're like, and it's worldwide.
Yeah.
So whoever has that, woo, my God, talk about 8 days a week making money. No doubt about it.
So I got a couple text messages, and we have misspeak requests because it's Friday, and we're doing the Wheel of Misspeaks, but you can always request at 47142. You just got to start it off with Real Radio. So it says, been listening to your podcast shows, and someone mentioned gold. So I'd like to hear Misspeak 24 and 124 for 24 carats.
All right.
That's from a girl, Sarah B.
And I'll get the other one going. Here's Misspeak number 24.
This is your Greek Misspeak Review.
Been guilty of it. We all have. You don't dip your ink in company paint.
Nah, dip it trick. Nah, dip it home. Nah, dip it quick. Nah, dip it slow.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Yeah, my man.
Mine going quicker than the brain.
Why, if I had a brain, I could.
Still an experience. Look it up in the calculator.
Look it up on the calculator, kids.
I'm looking that up right now.
You ain't gonna like what you see.
Most marriages drop the can.
We got a trifecta coming up. Our last one of the day. The stories that Greek says we got to know. G, what's coming up?
Yeah.
Well said, well spoken, G.
Good morning, everybody. Hope your pancakers are panning.
I sure hope so.
I like pancakes. Did you hear me? I like pancakes.
If you don't want that, then go live in a shack in Ashkambul. Come on, let's send him a ticket to L.A. Come on, baby. Jump on that ram bag.
English, motherfucker, do you speak it?
How's it go? Is that 24?
Yeah, it's number 24.
Wow,
Yes.
that was solid.
Yeah.
That was some gold.
And we'll go to number 124.
This is your Greek Misspeak Review.
I would just say one thing the first time, and then I would say something the second time.
Really?
Oh, my God. Please, I'm asking the man upstairs. Give me a break. Genoe.
Serenity now! Serenity now!
Step into the penthouse, bend your head, and say hi.
Oh.
Hello. Mahomes last night, like for the first time, he looked a little off-censored.
It's false. No way.
Hats off to everybody in Melbourne. God bless. Meshi Mata.
Oh, my goodness.
Joe Biden, our president now, works out all the time on one of these bikes, a Pentatron.
Durable designs start with Pentatron.
It's like putting a bow on a Christmas gift. It makes it pop-pop-pop-y. I mean, I watch the news. I know you guys are getting schmacked.
Excuse me, what?
Because I want to know who I'm talking to so I can give the advice. It's better for me to give advice on turkeys when I see who I'm looking at.
You look like a whore.
Wow, that's pretty good. Back to back.
Oh, man.
Damn.
That would be
I got to mark that one.
Yeah, 124 and 24. That's a tough toss-up. I mean, that's like picking one of the Kardashians 3 a.m. That is hard.
Nice.
Well, 124 and 24. Wow. Ooh. See, Scott Disick was married to Courtney, right, for years? Or they were.
I don't think they ever got married.
3 kids, and now he said he hurt his back, and he thinks he's going to be 40 years old. He wants to have sex with his sister. He said he was throwing that out there. Joking, he said, but they hang out a lot.
What?
Yeah, he was saying on an interview that he said for his 40th birthday, he'd like to have sex with one of the sisters. Not Courtney, Chloe. But he was kidding. He said, I was kidding. He was throwing it out
That's
there.
hilarious.
Yeah. But they hang out a lot. They're all friends. And it's pretty rare because usually when people separate, the families go like, going to see you later. But with the kids there. But he's going to be 40. He hurt his back really bad in a car accident. Not that I, feel bad for him. I hope he heals up. But Scott, come on. You got the life. 877-927-6969. Today's the 13th, Jimmy. So what does that mean?
It is Friday the 13th, and I've got some fun facts about Friday the 13th, and we're going to start there. So let's see. Since it's also October, this one feels a little bit more frightening. So I guess some people put the two together, obviously, with Halloween coming up. To get you through it, here are 4 stats you might not know about today, Friday the 13th. First of all, an estimated 17 to 21 million Americans have a fear of Friday the 13th, and it can manifest in many ways, from refusing to fly on this day to not leaving the house at all. Some people, it just cripples them that much they won't even leave the house.
Wow. I could see not flying. I mean, it wasn't affect me, but wow, that's a ton of people.
And we'll get into some superstitions, too, that go along with this day. But number 2 on this list of just some fun facts about Friday the 13th, since so many people change their plans or stay home, businesses in the U.S. lose an estimated $800 to $900 million.
Wow.
Each time there's a Friday the 13th.
Wow, that's unbelievable.
That's I never would have guessed that.
Yeah,
in a
but
million
that's
years.
huge.
I didn't think that. I mean, I understand that it's very, can be superstitious for some people, and it can affect maybe a little bit. I wouldn't have thought that much. The maximum number of times that a Friday the 13th can occur in any given year is 3. It's guaranteed to come up at least once a year, though. And finally, some 4 fun facts about Friday the 13th. This is the second Friday the 13th of 2023. The first one was in January, and the next one won't be until next September. So we got to go another 11 months till we see another Friday the 13th again. Now, speaking of some of those, which was superstitions, these are superstitions about Friday the 13th. A new poll found that 29% of adults believe that they've been injured because they didn't follow a superstition they should have. Here are the top 10 superstitions that we believe in. And you guys can chime in, whether you do or not, as well. And you means the audience as well. 47142. That's our text line. Franny is always manning that. Just started off with Real Radio. Number 1 on this list, superstitions about Friday the 13th we believe in. Avoiding walking under a ladder. 62% said they'll never do it. That's probably the one
Just in general.
thing.
Yeah, not even on today.
Well, yeah, exactly. Just in general. That's probably the one that I do follow. I try not to. I don't know why.
I'm the same.
Again, it's that weird superstition.
Been put in your brain for years.
Number 2, knocking on wood.
I do it all the time.
People actually knocking on wood. Number 3, crossing your fingers. This is one that I'd never...
There's even a finger crossing emoji that I use all the time.
That's right. Yeah. And that's one of those, again, I mean, do I really? But we just talk about it kind of in general, kind of half jokingly. So I guess some of these other ones I do as well. Saying bless you when somebody sneezes. I always have done that out of politeness, not out of a superstition. How about you, Greek?
Manners.
Yeah.
Proper thing to do.
Yeah,
God bless you.
Is it more of a manners thing? How about you, Franny? I mean, I've always looked at it that way.
Me too.
Not superstition.
Me too, yeah. I never looked at it as a
I didn't even know
superstition.
that could be considered that.
Yeah, apparently it is, according to
I won't
this
do it
list.
3 in a row, though. After 3, I stop.
Yeah,
That's enough.
3 is the limit.
Yeah. Lord bless you enough.
when I started off on one of mine, just don't even bother.
Yeah.
Just wait for it to finish.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'll get on one of those.
I'm a 1
yeah.
or 2 max.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, sounds like me. Yeah.
Betting. Number 5 on this list, not opening umbrellas indoors. I don't do it just because there's no need for it to be open indoors.
Yeah, but I do pay attention to that superstition.
Do you
though.
really?
Yeah.
Oh,
But you're
okay.
right. There's no need. But sometimes, if you want to get it started right before you go out in the rain, some people will open it.
If you open up,
But I'll
I mean,
wait.
because if you walk out and there's no over you got to open up inside.
Well, you open it, but typically, like, if you were to do that, the umbrella would be outside.
I
right?
open it inside.
By the door.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times if you got it open, and then it's kind of difficult to get it out of the door. Is the only thing, or like in a car.
Yeah, that's the problem I have. Thanks for helping me.
Yeah, makes sense. I get it. But apparently, so is it part of the superstition if you're still inside, but you open it outdoors, but technically you're still inside? Is that part of the superstition?
I just think opening an umbrella inside when you're inside. Like even if I remember one year we bought my mom one for Christmas. And she wouldn't open it. And we were like, open it up, see if you like it. She's like, no way. Don't open up inside. I'll go outside. So she went outside. We locked the door and we were like, how's it look?
That one I don't follow because I'll open it like if I want to see or whatever. Yeah. Here's another one. Of course, we've heard of find a penny, pick it up, but only if it's heads up, right? The heads up penny. I pick them up anyway because I'm a cheap bitch. It doesn't matter. Head up. head down, doesn't matter. Don't put new shoes on a table. It's supposed to be bad luck. Did you know that?
I never knew that, and I want to say I have done that recently.
Yeah. I've heard that.
I've never heard that before.
I gotta know I have one more that if it's not on this list.
Okay, we'll see. This goes on to say it's unsanitary, but if they're new shoes, I wouldn't think that they'd be too dirty, right? Number 8, breaking the wishbone on a turkey. I thought that was supposed to be like a wishing
That's
thing,
what I thought
right?
too.
Huh. Throwing salt over your shoulder if you spill some, of course.
And pepper underneath.
And pepper underneath. Keeping your wish a secret when you blow out your candles.
Yes.
Of course, it's another one.
Can't tell anybody.
Was yours on? That's the list. So is yours a different one?
Franny might know because she was in the business for years. There's 2 of my friends who get really adamant about this. You don't make a toast if you don't have anything in your glass. You ever heard that?
Yeah, and it's also, and if you make a toast, you have to take a sip after the fact. You can't just put your drink down.
Yep.
Oh.
Yep.
I didn't realize that those were superstitions.
Another one I hear is keys on a counter. Like if you're at a bar, my one friend, he's up on all that. He just believes in this. Like, don't put your keys on the counter. It's bad luck. But a toast, there was a bunch of guys, I don't know, about a month ago making a toast, and I just had water, but it was empty because Greek filled up. It's bad luck for not only you, but all of us.
Really?
And I was like, all right, I never heard that.
Interesting.
I said, I'll just stay at a toast.
And I'm sorry, keys on a counter?
Yeah, he said keys on a counter too. Bad luck.
I've never heard that before. Where are you supposed to put them?
Under the counter or keep them in your pocket.
Under the counter.
Yeah, he's very superstitious. He's a Russian gentleman I'm friends with.
Oh, okay.
But maybe to have some different.
Like regular kitchen counter at home type?
When you're at a bar, like if you put your keys on the bar, he says that's bad luck. I said, okay.
I guess I have ever even heard of that.
And he handed me my keys.
Okay.
You know,
He picked them up and gave them back to you.
Yeah, he said, hook them underneath. He goes, they're keeping in your pockets.
Okay,
Bad luck.
interesting. Well, do you have any weird or odd superstitions? 47142 is the text line. Just start off that text with Real Radio. Jimmy at realradio921.com. The email is open. So
gamblers have a ton of them. I mean, that they're so religious that I've seen bad arguments. Like, chairs. I sit here all the time. Don't sit there. Certain things.
Yeah.
Those
I've heard
sports superstitions are out of this world.
Like with the one with the shoes on the counter, I've heard plenty of times, don't put your purse on the floor.
Really?
Yeah, they say that's bad luck.
Yep.
I mean, like money will just go away.
My mother used to say that.
Yeah.
Yep. All the time.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, my mother used to say that. At the track, this one guy has it that he parks his car at Gulfstream. When he walks in from Gulfstream, I know you were there only once, I believe, right?
I've been there a couple times,
Okay, yeah,
but
it's
not
a big
the point.
parking lot.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, huge.
Until you get to the entrance. That if somebody doesn't offer him a program, he says he always loses that day. Because people do that at the track.
Right, they'll give you their program on their way out.
Yeah,
Right,
hey, you want a program? So if somebody doesn't offer him a program, he says he almost doesn't want to go in because he'll lose the whole day. And he's dead serious. So serious that one time he went with one of my buddies, and they were calling somebody to come out that they knew to give him the program because he didn't want to ruin it. That's how weird he is. And they park far. They don't park close. So he's going to probably pass like 20, 30 people. And there's just the thing at the track that you do common courtesy. Here, I'm done.
Right.
Especially after 3 or 4 o'clock. But if he doesn't get one, he says he'll lose, and it gets so bad that he won't even go. Like he's like, I want to go home.
So somebody has to offer to him though,
Yep.
right? So and that's all part of it. Right?
Yeah, it's
And
just in his mind.
He always accepts it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I always, when I leave the track, if I have a program, I offer it to people.
Sure.
It's $1.
Yeah.
Here, you want it? But that's how superstitious he is. I mean, that's brutal. I mean, he lives in Boca. Like he drove to Gulfstream once and came back. I'm like, how'd you do it? He goes, I didn't do anything. Nobody gave me a program. I'm weird like that. I'm like, you must have a clear.
Hey,
but that's he believes that.
If it works, if that's how it.
Oh no,
it works for you.
I've
never. I can't even fathom that one.
We go to this one place for hamburgers and single patty or double patty. And if you get my one buddy a double patty, he won't eat it because he thinks it's bad luck, and then he's going to lose his bet.
Why do you ask?
I mean,
for it?
yeah, right.
He just like
To each his own, I guess.
Yeah, this one place they just automatically give you 2 unless you tell them give me 1. Okay. I don't want to give them free press, so that's why I'm not saying it. But it's just so funny. He believes it. He'll believe it. Like, oh no, double patty, bad luck. That's it. We're gonna lose. I mean, and he'll say it 80 times. So you're just like, if you go, you're like, all right, let me just get it for him. There's so many things that people have. Gamblers more than anybody, but Friday the 13th brings out.
Well, people in sports in general, right? I mean, that's super big, especially baseball for some reason. It always seems that way anyway. I could be wrong.
Yeah, football too. We always talk about the announcer saying he hasn't missed a field goal.
Oh, well, that's
60 times.
Kiss of death. Call that.
Drake, I told you, he's a kiss of death.
Oh, jeez, that's right. Yeah.
I sent you guys a picture because he's rocking a Georgia Bulldog like pullover sweatshirt, and I was like, there goes our season. Thanks, Drake. But then there's a video of him in there because I follow all the Georgia Bulldog social media pages, but there's a video of him and somebody's asking him about the dogs. He's like, well, I'm more a Wildcat fan. I really rep them. And I was like, well, then, yeah.
Oh, wow.
I was like, then why are you wearing it? Then take it off.
Take it off. well, let's put it this way.
But then he says, go dogs. So I was like, don't say that.
If they lose tomorrow to Vanderbilt,
I'm telling you, it's Drake. The curse of Drake is real.
Oh, my goodness.
I think they're laying 40.
The curse of Drake is real if that happens.
If they lose to Vanderbilt,
I don't even want to talk about it.
Yeah, people in Georgia will never buy his albums again or download anything.
No, Drake's dead to me if that happens.
They're 40-point favorites.
Unless he gives me a Birkin bag, then I'll be okay. But
all right.
We found our line.
Yeah,
we found our line. That didn't take long.
Those are like $20,000. I'd cry into that thing. I'll be fine.
That's fine. I like that. At least you put something out there, Francis.
Yes.
I love your style.
That's funny.
We're going to come back with some Florida stories. Anything about Georgia?
No, there's not, because they're Florida stories. But we do have a crazy situation that had to do with bondage and death.
Oh, God.
Uh-huh.
Well, you had me for a minute.
And then a woman...
Then you lost me.
Yeah, sorry, I lost you with the death part. Yeah. And then a woman got her neighbor S-faced. We'll say that.
Wow.
And then, when you are at your promotion dinner, you probably shouldn't get this drunk where you do something that's going to get you arrested. This guy is a douche. I'll tell you all the details when we come back on Real Radio 92.1.
Got something to say? We'll listen.
Hello.
Call now. 877-927-6969.
180! What's up?
Real Radio 92.1 is your official FM home for Florida Gators football.
The Gators are heading to South Carolina to take on the Gamecocks. Kickoff is at 3:30.
15-10 to the house. Touchdown, Gators!
Don't miss a snap. Listen on air or stream Real Radio 92.1 on our free iHeartRadio app. Florida Gators football on Real Radio is presented by Smith, Ball, Baez, and Prather, Florida Injury Lawyers. Getting you up to speed on traffic on Real Radio.
Lanes have reopened, 95 southbound in the Lantana area. This is between Hypoluxo Road and Lantana Road. Again, that's on the southbound side. Elsewhere, we're not seeing any accidents on 95. We do have showers, thunderstorms, wet roadways, so drive carefully. I'm Joel Mount.
This report is sponsored by Florida Power and Light.
Here in Florida, we have an FPL team of thousands ready for storm season. So as the storm approaches, just know our job isn't finished until everyone's lights are back on. Get ready at fpl.com/storm.
Are you a victim of the timeshare trap and think there's no way out? I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, the original timeshare cancellation expert. And I'm here to tell you that there is a way out. All you need to do is give my office a call. I will send you a timeshare exit information kit absolutely free, explaining how the timeshare industry works and your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free info kit. 800-522-5700. 800-522-5700.
I had an important job, and it wasn't just a job, it was keeping my brothers and sisters safe. And coming back, it felt like kind of thrown away. If it hadn't been for Wounded Warrior Project, I honestly don't know if I would be here. It was like, I got my family back again. We all felt the connection, like that brother and sisterhood.
See how Wounded Warrior Project empowers women veterans like Donna by visiting woundedwarriorproject.org/empowerwomenvets.
Hey, it's the Greek, and it's another weekend of football. Don't fumble on your retirement. Call Trajan Wealth today. 561-390-1000, 561-390-1000. Jeff Jr., CEO and veteran, wants to help you by letting you sit down with his staff. Offices in West Palm Beach, free consultation available. You got to think about your future every day, and you want to think about your retirement. You worked hard your whole life, and when it's time to retire, you should be able to enjoy it and be living in the lifestyle that you're accustomed to. Trajan Wealth understands
understands the importance of having a plan and figuring out what works for you. This is your reward for working hard. Call Trajan Well today, 561-390-1000, 561-390-1000. It's football again this weekend, and your team may fumble in the red zone, but you can't fumble your retirement plan. Call Trajan Well today, 561-390-1000, 561-390-1000. Peace. Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, and SEC registered investment advisor, paid advertisement.
Can you imagine rising for work before the crack of dawn? Tending to hundreds of acres of land before dusk? Well, that's what happens on 47,000 Florida farms every day. Florida's farmers work hard to grow nutritious food for you and your family. And you can help support them by enjoying delicious Fresh from Florida produce. Look for the sunny Fresh from Florida logo where you shop or visit freshfromflorida.com to learn more. Mr. and Mrs. Flavor, thank you for joining us.
Great to be here. I'm Barry. I'm the flavor of berry.
I'm Janet. I'm Bitter. You wanted to talk about your son. He's the flavor menthol?
Yes, he's the menthol in a menthol cigarette.
He's such a disappointment. Out there getting people addicted. Being used by big tobacco to target black people. He could have been a lozenge.
Menthol cigarettes are just as addictive as regular cigarettes and harder to quit. Find out how to quit today at tobaccofreeflorida.com.
At SimpliSafe, we've designed award-winning home security with advanced sensors, HD cameras, and now this, 24/7 LiveGuard protection, only from SimpliSafe. Now, monitoring agents can see and speak to intruders through our new indoor camera to help stop crime in real time and for fast police response. Get 20% off any new system with Fast Protect monitoring at simplisafe.com/radio. Advanced home security, 24/7 professional monitoring for less than $1 a day. There's no safe like SimpliSafe.
My dad has a cold, but also has high blood pressure. That's why I got him Vicks DayQuil High Blood Pressure for max strength daytime relief. Unlike some ordinary cold medicines, it's specially formulated for people like my dad. DayQuil High Blood Pressure is sugar-free, alcohol-free, and decongestant-free.
Vicks DayQuil High Blood Pressure. The daytime, non-drowsy, coughing, aching, fever, sore throat, cold, and flu for people with high blood pressure.
Like my dad.
Medicine. Use as directed.
Real Radio weather.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News, continuing to keep an eye on partly cloudy skies through our Friday. It's a warm one, temperatures near 90, and more thunderstorms will be moving across the area as well. Most of the scattered storms will start inland and move east towards the coastline. Could see some on and off rain throughout the day, lingering into the evening as well. 1 or 2 scattered showers or storms are possible again tomorrow.
This report is sponsored by The Mark Moss Show.
The Fed's losing money for the first time in its 100-year history, and the U.S. government looks poised for a shutdown. I'm Mark Moss, helping you navigate the decentralized revolution. Listen to The Mark Moss Show on the iHeartRadio app, on Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Lex and Terry on Real Radio.
Hey, we're going to go have drinks at Fridays tomorrow.
I'm going to, at the airport?
Yeah, well, it depends on what concourse they put us in. The concourse for that size plane and flying to that place is usually B.
Really?
So are you having a drink before you get on that 40-minute flight?
Yes. And we have to be at the airport for like 2 hours, so.
I'm going to drink before the plane and on the plane.
I got an 11 a.m. flight today, Lex, just so you know.
All right.
I hope you at the front of the bus.
I might be.
There you go. 11 a.m. Get on in here, baby.
Are you going to party in D-Town tonight?
And by D-Town, you mean?
Town.
Why, man? Why did you even ask her that? You knew it.
I didn't understand what she was saying. Now I know what she means.
It's also
I love the delivery on that.
also known as Dallas. Anything in Dallas going on tonight?
Yeah.
Lex and Terry weekdays 7 p.m. till midnight on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast. An iHeart radio station. Lex and Terry on Real Radio.
Jeremy, you are our winner. Let's hear your what you think alien music sounds like.
Alien music sounds like. People top it up, beep beep. People top it up, beep beep. People top it up, beep beep.
And there's a promo.
Lex and Terry weekdays 7 p.m. till midnight on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast. An iHeart radio station. From the Energy Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys Studios.
Have you been in an accident? Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Real Radio 92.1 is WZZR West Palm Beach, an iHeartRadio station.
Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Rover's Morning Glory wants you to score some red zone revenue. Win $1,000 now. Enter the nationwide keyword WIN at realradio921.com. That's WIN. Enter it now at realradio921.com. And good luck from Rover's Morning Glory and Real Radio.
Listening to the Penthouse. Now back to the Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Yes, you're back in the Penthouse on a wet Friday, the Friday the 13th. Try to stay dry and get an umbrella. If you don't have an umbrella, then get a plastic bag. It is the Penthouse on a Friday. Jimmy's in the house.
Hello and good morning.
And Francis is here.
Hey, what's going on?
Time for some Florida stories.
Florida.
Did you say
Florida?
I'm from Florida.
WTF.
What the Florida?
All right. And then after What the Florida, I will get into some of these text messages. I saw that you are participating with some superstitions on there at 47142. Started off with Real Radio, and you can always participate as well. So let's start with this Florida Navy chief. This U.S. Navy chief, petty officer, was arrested at his very own promotion dinner, according to Jacksonville Sheriff's Office. Kyle Rogemoser, he's been arrested and charged with domestic battery. I say that everything happened a little after midnight at the DoubleTree Hotel. This was this past Saturday night. He was staying at the hotel for a celebratory dinner honoring his promotion to Chief Petty Officer in the U.S. Navy. They said officers arrived at the hotel around 12:30 in the morning, talked to him, who clearly had a blood spot on his neck. You can see that he's got scratches that are visible from his mugshot, too. He's got red marks, all this stuff. He was detained and put in the back of the patrol car. Well, then they met the victim, who ended up being his girlfriend, who said they arrived at the DoubleTree around 5 o'clock and had a drink. They had more drinks during the festivities. The two got in a verbal argument in their hotel room. And he got violent and punched her in the mouth 3 times. She said that she called for help. Someone knocked on the door, who picked her up and took her downstairs to management until police were called. Witness told officers that he heard someone screaming for help and knocking on the door, and that's when he saw her on the floor crying, picked her up, brought her downstairs, made sure she was okay. She wanted to have her injuries photographed, which is smart to do.
Yeah, of course.
And it did show bloody lip, red marks on her chin, all kinds of stuff. So, of course, he did get arrested and transported to the pre-trial detention facility. I am curious to see if he still keeps that promotion.
I doubt it.
They reached out to the U.S. Navy and Naval Station Mayport for comment, and we got nothing yet. Uh-huh. And then next up in your What the Florida, this one was like, you know what I like? I like the way those FHP cars look like.
Gosh.
I like
Did you see
it.
that?
Yeah.
See the picture of that?
I like it so much. I'm going to wrap my car to look like an FHP car. Oh, what a dopey dope. So,
Dope.
Yeah, so troopers arrested this 28-year-old woman. And this was in the Miami area for driving a Dodge Charger with blue and white light bar and an emergency siren. And it was wrapped in that black and gold that you see. So they said one of the troopers ended up, I think Lulia is a name, driving northbound on State Road 826. And he was able to stop her. And when he did, by the way, this is a first-degree misdemeanor for a vehicle to be painted with the same color scheme prescribed for FHP vehicles.
Who's going to notice?
Who will notice that? Yeah, she said a mechanic at a certain place had added the light bar system to the car in the body shop and done all the rest of it. So at first she said that she bought it like that, and then her story changed. And then she was like, she's a security guard, and so she got it wrapped like that. She requested that they do, the body shop, to wrap the vehicle in black and tan because she had previously seen an FHP's car and fell in love with the color scheme.
It is nice looking. I always did like our state troopers.
Yeah, she fell in love with the color scheme. So she's like, can you wrap it just like an FHP car? Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So her stories did not make sense, but then she finally did admit to it. As I mentioned, she said she had worked for a security company too, and that's why she had the blue sirens on there. I'm like, all right, lady, you can't be doing this. And so she did end up getting arrested. Yeah. She also was operating a motor vehicle without registration.
Not good.
She had on there misusing a dealer license plate.
Wow.
And engaging in the imitation of the FHP march units.
Yeah.
So, yes, all of that was all the things that she got to get arrested. And
I like the scheme.
Yeah. All right, let's get into the bondage story, and then I'll quickly have the poop face one. So, there was Bryant DeMello, 35. There was arrest. Was announced earlier this year by Florida investigators. Well, they said that I guess they concluded that this was a manslaughter case, was not suitable to be pursued against a defendant charged with this whole bondage, drug-fueled session that happened in a garage apartment that was littered, they say, with sex toys, and in which the victim was found bound and gagged, wearing a black leather mask and more fetish garb. They said that they had to... I mean, from what they're saying, I mean, they said it was pretty graphic arrest that happened, but the whole pummeling and everything first started as a bondage session, and then it got too extreme. So then the guy who was the suspect was adamant that he acted in self-defense, said that he was fearful of being severely injured when this one person who is no longer with us clamped down on his penis and would not relax his jaw.
Terrible.
She told him to stop biting. He never did. And that's when it just triggered inside of him. And this person just went loco. Unfortunately, the other guy is not around anymore. He was found dead atop a garbage bag covered ottoman inside of the residence. But as of now, it looks like manslaughter case has been dropped in it. So they're saying self-defense with that one. And I'm probably a lot of guys listening saying if somebody did that to me, self-defense, I'm sure. And then I won't use that one, the 1 o'clock one. That didn't go very well with everybody.
Not really. No.
And then Callie Robertson.
There goes the weekend.
Was arrested.
Go Gators.
Was arrested this week.
The rest of the year.
Was arrested. I know, that hurts, right?
Oh, I need to sit.
Need to go home.
After a confrontation at the mobile park home where she lives, and so does the 76-year-old victim. So it looks like Callie does not like small talk because according to this, that's all that really happened. So she walks her dog all the time, and he would always speak to her while she walked the dog. And she doesn't want to be bothered. So much so that she went up to him one day with an unsecured bag of dog poop and pushed it right in her 76-year-old neighbor's face.
Oh, no.
That's why I say got poop face. Yep.
Oh, that's terrible.
Uh-huh. Yeah, terrible. The dog waste bag matched those in the defendant's possession, and she ultimately admitted to the battery. She did get arrested, but was released from jail after posting a $2,500 bond. And that is You're What the Florida.
Okay. Those are some tough stories.
Thank God that's over.
I mean, man.
Can you imagine? Just be like, hey, how's your day going? And then she just comes up to you, just
There goes lunch.
right?
All right, we're gonna spin the wheel. Then Franny's got some texts, and then Jimmy's gonna tell us about what's going on for dating 2024.
All right, ready for the spin the wheel?
Yes.
All right. All right, your turn, Greek?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right,
I'm
here we
ready.
go, and go. Number 135. Here we go. Greek Misspeak, number 135.
This is your Greek Misspeak review.
465 million. Excuse me. I beg to be differ.
Begging is useless.
Not really. Every hole I put it in, there's a problem.
You're telling me.
Yeah, it was a little aggressive. I can just see, like, in my head.
I can see he's thinking about it a lot.
We don't want to also add to this and be a male content.
What the hell?
Our girl Franny tells you a couple things to do this weekend. Put a smile on your face and a move in your food.
Good move, bad move.
And then you didn't hear the biscuit three.
I did not have biscuit three.
Please, for the love of God, take the damn marbles out of your mouth before you open your mouth on the radio.
Got it.
It was not, really. I mean, I paid people's rent for years. I get anything. Oh, that's good.
What?
Whatever.
Why isn't my brain working?
That sports betting is just running rapid.
That is your What the Florida.
We went on a little bit of a side tangent.
That's not a word.
Oh! What number is that one?
That's number 135.
That's a good one, too. Mm-hmm. I like the one where Franny jumps in and...
Side tantric.
Yeah. Says what I say, which is absolutely nothing.
All right, so we got a couple superstitions. 47142 started off with Real Radio.
Okay.
And maybe after the text, if you want to get number 13 ready for Friday the 13th, that's from Matt in Port St. Lucie. So we have somebody that I would love to see a picture of this. You can send it to Jimmy at realradio921.com. We're talking about the Lululemons. It's like, I have a Lululemon sports bra, and I'll admit it gets a lot of attention. It makes this 6'2", 270-pound welder feel so pretty. By the way, I'm bringing back the 80s flash dance look of cut-off jean shorts and leg warmers. You're welcome.
Nice.
Can't wait to see that. Superstition, don't eat the yellow snow. I don't know if that's a superstition or you just should not eat yellow snow.
Yeah, it's not a good thing to do.
Superstitions. I opened up an umbrella inside once, and I'm still single. I said, haha, is that how it works? We have Franny, a superstition, don't light 3 cigarettes with one match. It was back in World War I. The fire on the match stays lit long enough for your enemy to see it, and
I've
then
heard that.
Bang.
You get shot.
Yep. Let's see. So I guess you were talking about your weird friends. It says, Greek has weird friends? Nah, I don't believe it. I don't remember that conversation. And then, because you were talking about their superstitions.
Oh, yeah.
And then we have on a commercial fishing boat, never let the hatch cover flip over backwards. They said it's bad luck or bad weather on the way. Learn that one.
All right.
And then we have my wife is Colombian. Her and her friends believe the number of tattoos you have, it has to be an odd number. Even numbers are bad luck. My friend will only drink Bud in a can. When we go out, he brings an empty can in case the bar only serves bottles, so he can pour it into the can. He believes bottles are bad luck.
Oh, that's attractive.
That's weird. Is that attractive?
Yeah.
Oh,
Not
okay.
really. I know somebody who goes to places and he brings a cup with the drink in it everywhere he goes. And I'm always like, when I would go out, I'm like, what are you doing? And he'll bring like a little red cup.
And now I'm like counting how many tattoos I have. See if I have even or odd amount number. Interesting. Odd number.
So odd is good?
Yes.
Odd is good.
Odd is
Even's
good.
good.
Yeah.
But you can always change it. Just add one.
True.
It's not a dead sentence.
Speaking of which, and I didn't realize this, Friday the 13th has become one of the most popular days of the year to get a tattoo.
Really?
Did you ever hear that?
Never have.
Neither have I. It's like Black Friday for tattoo artists, and it's supposed to bring good luck. Getting a tattoo of the number 13 is especially popular. Tattoo shops all over the country have deals. Some of them do it rapid fire, where you line up, pick a preset menu of simple designs, and the tattoo artists fly through them as quickly as they can. They just bang out a whole bunch of them.
Wow.
And apparently this got popular by Oliver Peck, who was married to Kat Von D, and a judge on the show Ink Master for 9 seasons.
Okay.
Now, I know Kat Von D is. She's a model. He organized a marathon tattoo session
She's a
in
tattoo
Dallas.
artist too, isn't she? Wasn't Kat Von D or no?
I wouldn't be surprised if she's an artist.
I know she's got her own makeup line.
Yeah, and obviously she has a ton of tattoos herself.
Yeah, I
but
think she is a tattoo artist.
I can believe
yes.
it. He organized a marathon tattoo session in Dallas on Friday the 13th of 1995. Then in 2008, he set a record by doing 415 tattoos of the number 13 in 24 hours. He says he didn't come up with it, though. He just made it an event. Vice did a story in 2017, and Google searches for Friday the 13th tattoos skyrocketed, and now the same thing happens every Friday the 13th. I another one of those Friday the 13th fun facts that I didn't hear about.
I had no idea.
You were talking about superstitions at the on the text line there, Franny.
Uh-huh.
We got this one, believe it or not. We don't talk about it too much, but if you go to realradio921.com and you look up Real TV, you can watch us in studio as we make radio for you. There's a chat in there as well, and somebody wrote on the chat that as far as Friday the 13th, superstitions that are bad, apparently a hat on a bed is bad luck. I'm assuming it's bad luck. It doesn't say, but I mean, if you're writing it up here and it's Friday the 13th. And then this one too, and I never really heard of this, a dragonfly hovering above you, weighing your soul for heaven or hell.
Yeah.
I've heard of some different ones, or like dragonflies can kind of be in that, almost like the butterflies can be.
Yeah, like monarch
and,
butterflies, I always think is just,
Yeah. So I don't know. I guess it's maybe along those same lines there. So anyway, thank you for the participation. We appreciate that. So yes, one of the dating apps, and one of the more popular ones out there. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you have more text, Franny?
I didn't. But after you're done with that, we did have that request for 13.
Oh,
so
well, let's get to that. Let's get to the
whenever you would
request.
like.
They're more important. So Greek Misspeak number 13 for Matt in Port St. Lucie.
This is your Greek Misspeak Review.
We might have a connection with him. We knock on his doorbell. It's a new chain. They've been open for like 35 years. Lick your wombs. So yesterday afternoon, starting to marinder around.
What are you doing?
Marindering around.
Oh, okay. I'll look that one up.
She listens to the national anthem backwards, and it changes her edge a little. It's Tapiaca Siggy. Or what's going to happen is door number C. How come the house across the street looks so happy? All their lights are going up and down. Because if I didn't do that, that would all have been through the air conditioning and out the back aluminum side.
What?
Say what?
Or a sumami.
A sumami? A sumami.
We're looking for a sumami right now.
Oh my goodness.
Why not?
Sue everybody. Be my sumami.
Nice.
Tonight.
Always a classic.
Man, there's some good ones today. You are just unbelievable. I like them.
Well, Greek, get your pen ready, because here is the dating trends for 2024 according to a dating app.
I'm ready.
All right, so apparently they do this where they predict what the dating trends for the following year are going to be. And here are 6 trends that they expect to see in 2024. First one is something that they call Riz-colored glasses. And I said Riz. A play on the term rose-colored glasses. Riz is short for charisma. It's when you fall for somebody because they're very charismatic, but then realize you'll never have a real relationship with them.
But a little bit, a good time is better than no time.
Yeah, I guess so, right? Money's on the dresser. VBD, that's short for Vision Board Dating. Adjusting your dating app location to somewhere you're thinking about moving to. These are dating trends that they're predicting for 2024. Apparently, people are going to say, well, I think I might move to this area, so I'm going to adjust my location on the app for that place. Seems kind of weird.
Yeah.
I could see if you're actually going to move there, it would make sense, right?
Because it may never happen.
Yeah, I don't quite grasp that one. Here's another one. Number 3 on this list. These are dating trends for 2024. There's a total of 6. PMI, short for premature intimacy. It's like TMI, or too much information. It's when you share too many personal details too early in a relationship. That's going to be a trend.
Okay.
They're thinking that'll be a trend.
Very weird, but
That'll be a trend where people will be telling you more.
Yeah, apparently they're going to be, too much personal information early on in a relationship, like maybe your first date, and you talk about that rash.
We have heard about that, like, just I don't know if you want to talk about that rash, but where people are being more upfront and honest because they don't want to waste anybody's time, including their own. Even on their profiles, they're putting out more about themselves too.
Maybe that's a part of that trend, right? How about theraposing? THERA-posing. It's when you use therapy speak too much and act like you're more evolved than you really are. Cannon bailing.
Man, these are so difficult.
Yeah, I know they are.
Cannon
bailing. Quote, cultivating your identity outside of a relationship. So putting yourself first. It's a play on cannonball, but also a canon event. Is slang for a pivotal moment in your life that changes everything. Finally, on this, cryptic ick. And that's when a person you're with suddenly feels icky because they're way too focused on one specific topic. In this particular case, they're really saying that they're focusing too much on cryptocurrency. That's the crypt ick, right? Part of it. But I guess it can be any one specific topic that you're focused so much on, but they're using the cryptocurrency as an example. Is that even a thing anymore? Boy, that feels like it just died right off. I mean, when cryptocurrency went downhill, not to jump away from a topic so quickly, but I mean, you don't even hear it. I don't even read anything about it anymore.
Nope, you don't hear anything about it at all.
Much, yeah.
The only thing you hear once in a while about is that kid who was the CEO that he's on trial. That's the only thing you hear about.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, all those trends are just, they're very hard to, really know what they are because they're so, when you're putting them out there, you don't even know what they are.
I hate to say it, but maybe stuff that's more for the younger generation because, I mean, some of that stuff, I mean, really, it's people, you can put out too much information about your personal side of things. I mean, I'm sure that's been happening, but apparently this is trendy. Like, I guess you're supposed to do that, or it's going to be.
Well, like Franny said, maybe people feel like I don't want to waste your time.
Yeah.
So up front, I'm going to tell you, this is what I'm about. This is what I like, and if you don't, then it's like a poker game. I'm out, and then you move on. I mean, it takes a lot of stones in some respects, but it's confidence, too, where you're like, hey, this is what I'm about if you're not this way. It's also a little narrow-minded, I think, too, because you're not giving anybody really a chance. You're just like, this is the way it is, and that's it.
And that's where, some of them seem that way. I mean, the glasses, the Riz-colored glasses where, okay, you fall for somebody that has a lot of charisma, but then you realize you're not going to have a relationship with them. That's some sort of a trend, a dating trend.
Yeah.
It seems weird. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I just don't get it. I've been out of the dating world for a while.
Man, you're lucky. It is the Penthouse, and it is a Friday. We're going to come back with a trifecta. Franny's going to tell you what you're doing this weekend. Yeah. And we're going to give you something nice because we are such giving people. We'll be back.
Real Radio is the news junkie.
Something is coming back into popularity that has not been popular for a very long time.
Sean Watson.
What? How dare you? My popularity remains at an all-time high.
The News Junkie. Weekday afternoons at 2 on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Now, you can relive the greatest moments from our 2023 iHeartRadio Music Festival.
Streaming only on Hulu.
Lenny Kravitz kicks things off with his biggest hits.
Foo Fighters get the whole crowd singing along.
Tim McGraw debuts his new song live.
Public Enemy brings the 90s hip-hop energy.
Fall Out Boy covers a classic while literally on fire. And so much more.
Relive the greatest moments from our iHeartRadio Music Festival.
Streaming now only on Hulu for a limited time.
Let's see what's up with traffic on Real Radio.
95 southbound north of Forest Hill Boulevard. We have an accident, and this one looks to be slowing you down in the area. Elsewhere, 95 is running pretty smoothly. We are looking good on the Turnpike in Palm Beach County. You do have one crash in Martin County, Turnpike southbound. This is in the Hobe Sound area, but no lanes are blocked. I'm Joel Mount.
This report is sponsored by Discover. If you like using debit over credit, shouldn't you also get rewarded? Well, now you can with Discover Cashback Debit. It's a checking account that rewards everyone with cash back on everyday purchases with no fees, period. Check out eligibility and terms at discover.com/cashbackdebit. Discover Bank, member FDIC.
Hey, it's the Greek from Monroe's Palm Beach. Beautiful place with gorgeous ladies 7 days a week till 5 a.m. What a 5-star menu. And 1028, it's strip or treat. That's right, 1028, strip or treat. Their Halloween contest and party you don't want to miss. $500 on the line for a costume contest. 1028, it's strip or treat. It's Monroe's Palm Beach. Trick or treat, baby. You know where you got to go for the best ladies and the sexiest girls. Peace.
Hurricane season is still in full effect, so if you aren't prepared, it is never too late, and let StormSmart be the company that will give you peace of mind. Hey, it's Franny. Protect your home or business with the leading hurricane safety products on the market for over 27 years. Stormcatcher screens. Not only do they protect your home from storms, but they also add curb appeal, shade your home from harsh sunlight, and keep out those pesky bugs. To get your home protected with Stormcatcher screens or any of StormSmart's hurricane protection solutions, call 855-96-SMART or go to stormsmart.com for your free consultation.
Welcome to Homestead Miami Speedway, where the sun and sand of South Beach meet the heat of NASCAR playoffs action. An Xfinity and Truck Series doubleheader on Saturday, a Cup Series playoff showdown on Sunday, and a South Florida fiesta all weekend long. Experience NASCAR Playoffs weekend at Homestead Miami Speedway, October 21st and 22nd. Get your tickets now at homesteadmiamispeedway.com.
Floridians, do you know how close you are to freshness? It's not a plane or a ship ride away. It's not across an ocean or over the equator. It's not even a far drive. The peak of freshness is at your grocery store, and it's called Fresh from Florida. Fresh from Florida is local produce grown by farmers right here in our own state, meaning it's always fresh, always in season, and always mouth-wateringly good. Look for the sunny Fresh from Florida logo or ask for it by name where you shop.
Hey, it's the Greek for Joseph's Classic Market, where all great meals begin. If you're looking to delight your friends and family with delicious foods, then Joseph is the place. Fresh meats, produce, prepared food, catering, bakery, pizza, seafood, it's all under one roof. And 4 great locations: Boca Raton, Delray Beach, West Palm Beach, and Palm Beach Gardens. I don't start any day without going to Joseph's Classic Market, where all great meals begin.
Jim Gaffigan here with some more Straight Talk. Now you can get a Walmart Plus membership, plus not pay for it, because it's included with Straight Talk wireless plans. You get free delivery with Walmart Plus a Paramount Plus subscription included. Plus, you pay less for gas. That's a lot of pluses.
Only Straight Talk gives you unlimited 5G data and Walmart Plus included on select plans for free.
Straight Talk Wireless, available at Walmart.
Requires service on Gold or Platinum Unlimited. One offer per eligible account. Paramount Plus Essential Plan only. Separate registration required. Additional terms apply.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
I had an important job, and it wasn't just a job, it was keeping my brothers and sisters safe. And coming back, it felt like kind of thrown away. If it hadn't been for Wounded Warrior Project, I honestly don't know if I would be here. It was like, I got my family back again. We all felt the connection, like that brother and sisterhood.
See how Wounded Warrior Project empowers women veterans like Donna by visiting woundedwarriorproject.org/empowerwomenvets.
Hey, it's the Greek for Filter by HVAC Solutions. We made it through the summer and it was very hot, but guess what? Your air conditioner is likely overworked, tired. It's important to make sure it's properly serviced and maintained. Take care of it before it happens that there's a big problem or an emergency. And if there's an emergency, we can all agree if your air conditioner is not working, it is an emergency. Pound 250 and say keyword stay cool. Pound 250 and say keyword stay cool. FilterByHVACSolutions.com. Go to their website. Over 70,000 5-star reviews. You will receive a one-time auto-dial text message from iHeart. If you have a problem with your air condition or you want to make sure it's working properly, there's only one place to call. Filter by HVAC Solutions. It's football season, and if your team doesn't score, you get hot under the collar. You can't afford for your air conditioner not to work. Pound 250 and say the keyword stay cool. Pound 250 and say the keyword stay cool. Filter by HVAC Solutions. They'll keep you cool every single day of the year. Peace.
My dad has a cold, but also has high blood pressure. That's why I got him Vicks DayQuil High Blood Pressure for max strength daytime relief. Unlike some ordinary cold medicines, it's specially formulated for people like my dad. DayQuil High Blood Pressure is sugar-free, alcohol-free, and decongestant-free.
Vicks DayQuil High Blood Pressure. The daytime, non-drowsy, coughing, aching, fever, sore throat, cold, and flu for people with high blood pressure.
Like my dad.
Medicine. Use as directed.
Warning,
If you are 60 or older, RSV can be a dangerous respiratory virus.
Not all dangers come with warning labels. Talk to your pharmacist or doctor about getting vaccinated against RSV today. Learn more at bewareofrsv.com. This message is brought to you by Pfizer.
As America's largest injury law firm, size is our strength. Morgan & Morgan.
The Broncos season hasn't gone according to plan. The team now 1-5 after the loss last night, and it looks like they'll be sellers at the trade deadline. But even after talking a big game this offseason, we do need to have patience with head coach Sean Payton. Jimmy Johnson went 1-15 his first year in Dallas. Bill Belichick won 5 games his first year in New England and won the Super Bowl the next. Remember, Sean Payton's only been there 6 games. I'm Dan Patrick.
I'm Curtis St. Jackson.
And I'm Charlie Webster. The podcast Surviving El Chapo, the twins who brought down a drug lord, returns for a second season and picks right back up with Pete and Jay Flores taking their first steps on U.S. soil after turning themselves in to the U.S. government. Season 2 follows the twins through their time in prison and testifying in court against El Chapo.
Surviving El Chapo.
Listen to Season 2
on iHeartRadio app or wherever.
By Joseph's Classic Market.
This is Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast. You're listening to the Penthouse. Now back to the Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Yes, you're back in the Penthouse on a Friday. Hope you guys are having a good day. Stay out of the rain. It's going to get men's and men's this afternoon, so bring 2 umbrellas. Jimmy's in the house.
Hello, and good morning.
Good morning, Francis.
Hey, good morning.
And it's time for a trifecta.
Riders up. It's Creek's Trifecta.
All right, we're down to the final 4 teams in baseball, if anybody does care. Arizona and the Phillies will be in the National League Championship. In American League, it's Texas taking on Houston. Houston is the champs from last year. But the Phillies were the big surprise. So is Arizona, beating both huge favorites. The Braves won 104 games, and I didn't think anybody was going to step in front of the Braves. But the Phillies got their number, beating them last year, too. So we'll see what happens in about another week, and we'll find out who's going to be in the World Series. Last night, in a snoozer on Amazon, the Chiefs won 19-8, and they covered 10.5. If you had the Chiefs last night, oh, my God. If anybody had West Virginia last night in college football, I feel bad for you. I am sorry. Get a coffee on me today. Houston threw a pass with 2 seconds left, a bomb, and, of course, the defenders didn't knock it down. They put it up in the air, and the receiver came under it. Houston won and covered. And it was a bad beat, without a doubt, if you had West Virginia. So my hat's off to you. I do feel bad. This weekend, Miami Dolphins are home on Sunday. They take on Carolina. Biggest spread of the week. The Miami Dolphins are 13.5-point favorites, and the biggest spread of the year so far as they take on Carolina at 1 p.m. at Hard Rock Stadium. 101.7, you get that game live. And remember, we are the home of the Gators, and tomorrow the pregame starts at 12:30. Kickoff is 3:30 as the Gators take on South Carolina. And that is your lunchtime trifecta. Now, Franny, do you want to tell people where to go this weekend?
Yeah, I'll tell you what to do.
Yeah, get it all over your face.
Wow. That escalated.
It is a busy weekend. A lot of festivals going on, concerts, busy weekend. We're going to start off with the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office. They invite you to join them in Wellington for a free public safety night. It happens this evening at the Lakeside Marketplace in the Wellington Town Center. In addition to deputies and other first responders, there's going to be live music, food trucks, and local vendors. That goes from 6 to 9 tonight. And then G-Man's Hood, the Boca Pumpkin Festival is this weekend. Features a pumpkin patch, carnival midway, pumpkin food court with fall-themed food options.
I'm jazzed up.
As well as traditional carnival food, a pumpkin beer bar. That sounds fun. And more. This is at Meisner Parks, kicking off today, goes on through Sunday. Fright Nights has been going on, and of course this weekend too. This is the South Florida Fairgrounds. 4 haunted houses, a midway with scare actors roaming around. They got scare zones, entertainment, food, and drink. Of course, is also available. Goes on tonight, tomorrow night, and again on select nights through October 28th. More info, go to myfrightnights.com. If you want to get your beer on, Oktoberfest opens tonight at the American German Club. That's the one in Lantana. The event includes live bands, German dancing, German beer, and food. So bring your lederhosen, have a good time. That is through Sunday and again next weekend.
Did you say bring a lederhose?
Yeah.
Lederhosen,
Yeah.
I
What is that?
Just got some.
That's the, did you? Nice.
Yeah.
That's the traditional garb that they wear.
Okay, I didn't know.
Yes. If you want your funny, I saw him at this venue too. Great venue to watch. Very funny comedian. Bert Kreischer is going to be at Hard Rock Live this evening.
Who?
He's so good. He's
awesome.
If you like
Love
his
Bert.
sense of humor, yeah. And know that if you go, he's not going to wear a shirt because that's the first thing he does when he goes on stage. He takes off his shirt.
Tickets should be half price.
And I am going to be the host at this event. So this was the Kravis Center Block Party. So this is something that you can hear advertising on iHeartRadio, our sister stations, Wild 95.5 and Cool 105.5. But I'm going to be stepping in for our girl Megan because she's out of town, and I'm going to be hosting the Kravis Center Block Party. This is tomorrow from 11 to 3 o'clock. This is their first ever block party.
Cool.
It is going to be an absolute blast. This is a free event. And this is going to be just all kinds of stuff. There's going to be live music, performances by the Palm Beach Symphony. They're going to have the young singers of Palm Beach community do a sing-along. They're going to have all kinds of workshops with the Miami City Ballet. There's a samba percussion, hip-hop street dancing, African drum circle. You can jump in and learn how to do all that kind of stuff. Yeah, there's going to have an Indian fusion dance, much more for the whole family to enjoy. Plus, there's going to be food trucks. It really is going to be a good time. It is the first annual Kravis Center Block Party. Doors will open at 10:30 a.m. and I am going to be hosting the facility or the event. The festivities, hopping from stage to stage. If you want to get some more information on that, go to kravis.org. And then if I wasn't there, I'd probably be here. The South Florida Tacos and Treat Festival.
Oh, hello.
It is tacos and desserts. That's what it's about. Tacos and desserts. That's going on at the John Prince Park in Lake Worth. It goes on through Sunday.
Aren't they one and the same? Isn't tacos a dessert?
Oh, it's so good. A Choco Taco is. And then, of course, you got the Green Market in West Palm Beach waterfront. That is the #1 green market in the nation. 9 to 1 o'clock tomorrow. Downtown Stewart Craft Festival runs along the Osceola Streets Saturday from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. We got Cars and Coffee coming to Martin County at the Elliott Museum in Stewart. That is tomorrow, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. So just morning. Cars and coffee makes sense.
But that's a lot of fun. They have a huge collection of antique cars, all kinds of cars there too at the Elliott Museum. Great place to go.
Awesome. And then, you can go to the Cox Science Center and Aquarium in West Palm Beach for family fun. This event features many grab-and-go activities, including fall-themed crafts, live science demonstration, outdoor entertainment, free mini golf, a petting zoo. Had me at petting zoo.
Neat.
And so much more. And then Sunday, they're bringing Cars and Coffees down to West Palm. So this is going to be at the Tanger Outlets right there, Palm Beach Lakes Boulevard, from 8 to noon, a little bit longer. Have a hot coffee while you stroll the parking lot and check out some classic cars. And then, of course, you have our very own Miami Dolphins against the Carolina Panthers at the Hard Rock Stadium on Sunday. And there you go for things going on this weekend. If you ever want to add anything, you can always email Jimmy at realradio921.com or shoot me a text, 47142. You just have to start it off with Real Radio.
Coffee and cars. They should get Jerry Seinfeld involved with that. Maybe have comedians too.
It is the Penthouse. Jimmy, are we ready for our giveaway?
Yeah, we can do our giveaway. Give us a call right now, 877-927-6969. Do you want to go to Hallow Scream at Busch Gardens in Tampa Bay? Well, we can set you up with a 4-pack of tickets to said Hallow Scream. Plus, you'll also score a 4-pack of one-day passes to Busch Gardens, Tampa Bay, running select nights now through October 31st. Give us a call right now, 877-927-6969. We're going to play a game called He Said, She Said, and that's real easy. I read you a quote. You just let us know. Did Greek say it? Did Franny say it? Or did I, Jimmy, say it? And I got the audio to back it up. So you guess it right, we're going to send you to Hallow Scream at Busch Gardens, Tampa Bay. By the way, experience all new haunted houses, 2 new scare zones this year, all new entertainment and more at Busch Gardens, Hallow Scream. Sounds like a lot of fun. Give us a call right now, 877-927-6969. I see those phone lines are blowing up right now, so I'll get some people lined up, and we'll get going here in a minute.
Remember today, Greek's Gridiron in studio if you guys want to play and your opportunity to go against me. 2 in college, 5 in pro. No winners this year so far. I'm 25-9-1, having a very good season, but that doesn't mean that somebody can't knock me on my ass because I've been on my ass many times. So you guys get an opportunity at 135. And speaking of opportunities, get over to Monroe's all weekend for a great opportunity to have a good time with a beautiful lady. Open at 5 a.m. with a 5-star menu. And on the 28th, they got their big Halloween bash.
Nice.
Strip or treat.
Strip or treat.
What?
Which one do you pick?
I go with the treat.
Okay.
I'll go with the treat.
All right.
If I strip for somebody, they're going to pay me. But
Well, no, I thought they gave you a strip.
Oh, okay. I'll take the treat. Well, if you knock on their door, they're going to eventually knock on your door. I mean, that's the way it works. 877-927-6969.
And then after we're done with the competition, I got a couple more texts that we can go through as far as some interesting superstitions. And then we do have another request in the text line for another misspeak. Very popular today. Request for misspeaks.
Don't forget the Gators tomorrow. You can hear them pregame 12:30. Teddy Covers will be calling us at 12 o'clock in the locker room, early version. And then they take on the South Carolina, and that'll be at 3:30. Florida State plays tomorrow, too, at 12 o'clock. And the Canes play Saturday night. They're going to have a tough time in North Carolina after last week. That game would have really been awesome because they would have been undefeated going against Carolina. But the Canes are on the ropes right now. So hopefully they can bounce back. Tough place to play in Carolina on a Saturday night. The kids get jacked up, and those crowds are always tough to handle them. Jimmy, are we ready?
We are ready for our contest today, and we are starting with Rick. Rick, welcome to the Penthouse.
Hey, guys. How you doing?
Doing good, Rick. How long have you been listening to this station?
Long time.
What have you learned listening to this show in particular?
Pretty much listen about take in half of what you hear, I should say. Yes.
All right. We'll go with that.
Fair enough.
All right. All right, Rick, you been
We're happy with a third.
Rick, you ever been to Busch Gardens for Halloween?
No, sir.
All right, well, let's see if we can make that happen for you with a 4-pack of tickets to Halloween plus 4-pack of tickets of one-day passes to Busch Gardens, Tampa Bay. All you got to do is let us know. Did Greek say this? Did Franny say this? Or did I say it? And here is your quote. I'd rather have a hard one. I'd rather have a hard one. Did Greek say that? Did Franny say that? Or did I, Jimmy, say that?
I believe Franny said that one.
Well, I tell you what, Rick, I'm sorry to say that one was me, and it sounded like this. I'd rather have a hard one. I'd rather have a hard one.
I thought it was me too, so
Yeah.
I got stuff.
Yeah.
I'm sorry about that, Rick. Better luck next time. Next up on the list here, we have Jim on the line. Jim, welcome to the Penthouse.
Jim? Jim? You spelling out one J? Jim.
James?
2 J's?
Jimmy?
No. Jim?
Jim?
Jim, you
I
there?
heard him.
Think he's got us on speaker.
You may have the
Bad
volume
connection.
up too high or bad connection, Jim. We can't.
All right.
We don't have you.
All right, we're going to put him on hold. We'll wait just a quick second
Yeah.
here. So,
Turn down the radio if you have the radio up,
How was
too.
your night last night, Greek?
I had a good time.
Yeah, did you have a good time? Yeah.
I went to 4 different places, and I saw somebody in all 4 places. Over
Like the
a-
same
no
person.
kidding.
Same person.
Oh,
like
the same
4
person.
I
Oh,
thought
that's good.
you saw somebody?
Yeah. 4 different. Well, again, when I talk, I don't make sense.
We know.
Obviously, career. 4 different spots, same person, 4 different times. I was like, wow.
Following you? Are you
Yeah.
following them?
No, I wasn't following them. Believe me. No way. We ready for Jim? Jim?
Let's try
All right, let's try
Jim
it out.
again. Jim, welcome to the Penthouse.
Jim?
We're having a bad connection.
Jim, can you hear us, Jim? All right, we're going to have to move on.
We tried.
We got to move on. Yeah.
Next up, we have Ron on the line. Ron, welcome to the Penthouse.
Hey, guys. How are we doing?
Doing good, Ron. How are you today?
I'm good. I'm good.
Oh, that's good. You're good. How long you been listening to the station?
About 10 years.
Oh, that's not bad.
Nice. That's not bad. Let's see. Yeah, Ron. Ron, you've been to Halloween yet, Ron?
No, I've never been. I'd like to try it.
All right. Well, let's see if we can do just that for you. I'm going to read you a quote, Ron. All you got to do is let us know. Did Greek say it? Did Franny say it? Or did I say it? Okay, buddy?
Got it.
All right. Here is your quote. If you want to win, you don't chew. If you want to win, you don't chew. Did Greek say that? Did Franny say that? Or did I, Jimmy, say that?
Greek said that.
Well, I'm sorry to say, Ron, that was Miss Francis. And it sounded like this. If I can find it.
If you want to win, you don't chew.
Nah, just like that.
Words of wisdom.
I think I was talking about the oyster eating contest. I think so, right?
Mhm,
You just got to swallow those things.
Exactly. If you want to win.
If you want to win, you don't chew.
Bingo. Just like that. All right, Ron, sorry about that. Let's see. Justin fell off. So that means we're going to Craig. Craig, welcome to the Penthouse.
Hey, what's up, guys?
How you doing, pal?
Greg, how are you today?
We're doing great. How you guys doing?
Wow, I can't beat great. I mean, that's fantastic. You're doing great. How long you been listening to the station?
Oh, God, I would say 10-plus years.
What have you learned listening to this show?
I love how you giggle every time.
Greek is the man.
That's the way to kiss ass and bring good karma your way.
You
All
giggle every time you ask that question to yourself because you just can't wait.
All right.
I'm very busy over here.
Let's see if we can get you set up. Let's see if we can get you set up, Craig. We're going to play a little game called He Said, She Said. I'm going to read you a quote, and all you got to do is let us know. Did Greek say it? Did Franny say it? Or did I, Jimmy, say it? Okay, buddy?
All righty.
All right, here is your quote. I can't swallow this. What is this? I can't swallow this. What is this? Did Greek say that? Did Franny say that? Or did I, Jimmy, say that?
Oh, I'm going to go with Greek.
Oh, and I'm sorry.
Oh, man.
Yep, we went another way because it was...
I can't swallow this. What is this?
What is this?
Wow. I thought it was Greek, too.
So chew, swallow. Franny's got you covered either which way.
I got a theme, huh?
Wow, this is big today.
Sorry about that, Craig. All right, now, I have not screened anybody else because some of the people fell off. Jim wasn't there. Maybe Jim will be on one of these lines. Hello, what is your name? You are on the air.
My name is John.
John? John, have you ever been to Hallow Scream? I'm assuming you're calling for the contest, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right,
I
John.
have not.
All right, you have not been there. You want to do your routine? Okay. I'm sorry.
How long you been listening to Real Radio?
And then giggle.
Over 10 years.
What have you learned?
What have you learned from this show?
Absolutely nothing.
All
Damn
right.
right. All right.
That's what we like. Keep it steady.
Nice job, John. All right, let's see if we can get you set up with a 4-pack of tickets to Hallow Scream in Busch Gardens, Tampa Bay. I'm going to read you a quote. All you got to do is let us know. Did Greek say it? Did Franny say it? Or did I say it? And here is your quote. I got down on every inch. I got down on every inch. Did Greek say that? Did Franny say that? Or did I, Jimmy, say that?
I'm going to go with Franny.
Oh, and you know what? I hate to say it, but sorry, that was Mr. Greek. Oh, wait, I got to turn it up.
And I got down on every inch.
And I got down on every inch.
Sounds like me.
That's a
Especially when the Reds do.
That's a classic one. That's been around for a little while.
Yeah.
All right.
Bobcats.
So.
Wow, we're kicking their ass.
Scratch. All right, next up. Hello, you are on the air. What's your name, please?
Hello?
This is Dave.
Dave. You spelled out 1D?
Are you a big fan of the D? All right, Dave, just and so you know, you are on the air with us. Now, Dave, I'm assuming you're calling for the contest.
Yeah.
All right. You want to do your thing?
How long have you been listening to Real Radio, Dave?
I've been with you guys for a long time, 15 years.
Wow, what have you learned from this show? Keep it sweet.
That Franny's the hardest working girl in radio.
I agree.
The funniest. And Jimmy's the most put together out of all y'all.
That's
wow.
And no comments about me, really, Dave, at all?
He did. He had a comment about you.
What did he say?
He said you were funny.
Oh, I thought he said you were funny.
No.
Oh, you're funny?
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, maybe-
Do you have more to say about him?
No, it's all right, Dave. It's all right. It's all right, Dave. I'm hurt enough. I got therapy today, 405.
You're hurt enough. It gives you a compliment.
Yeah.
He's hurt. All right, Dave, let's see if we can get you set up with a 4-pack of tickets to Hallow Scream in Busch Gardens, Tampa Bay. I'm going to read you a quote, and all you got to do is let us know. Did Greek say it? Did Franny say it? Or did I say it? And here is your quote. Well, I'm boning you right back. Well, I'm boning you right back. Did Greek say that? Did Franny say that? Or did I, Jimmy, say that?
That's a hard one.
Yeah.
That 100% sounds like something Greek would say.
And you would be 100% incorrect.
Oh, God.
That one was me. Well, I'm boning you right back, buddy.
Wow.
And Freddie was very impressed by it.
Wow.
You're stumping him. And me. I don't think I've gotten one right.
Yeah, this
All right.
is really tough.
Sorry about that, Dave. Next up. Hello, you're on the air. What's your name, please?
Shy?
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah.
Hi, yes,
What's up?
you're on the air. What's your name, please?
Jed.
Jed?
Jed? Like Shed?
Yep.
All
Jed?
right.
All right.
Jed, J-E-D.
All right. What have you learned from this show? We're going to get right to the point.
Nothing.
Nice.
Right to the point. I like it.
All right, well, he did what we asked for. We got right to the
Exactly.
point. All right, Jed. Let's see if we can get you set up with a 4-pack of Hallow Scream tickets. I'm going to read you a quote. Just let us know. Did Greek say it? Did Franny say it? Or did I say it? Here is your quote. I love a sausage basket. I love a sausage basket. Did Greek say that? Did Franny say that? Or did I, Jimmy, say that?
I'm going to go with Franny.
Yeah.
Nice job.
Wow, that's the hardest we've worked the last 6 months.
All right. And by the way, if you want to hear it.
I love a sausage basket.
Oh,
and you
wow.
And I still
have
do.
to, yes, and we still do.
Weehaw. Great job there, Jed.
All right, Jed. Now, if you would, hang tight. I'm going to put you on hold, and we're going to go to break, and I'm going to get back on the line with you. We'll get you set up, okay, pal?
All right, thanks.
All right,
Good job,
we put
Jimmy.
him on hold.
Great job, by the way.
And I love a sausage basket. We scratched that one out, and I've got some work to do later.
That's great job, Jimmy. Thanks for all your help, and thanks for everybody who tried to win the prize. But there's always tomorrow, but we're not here. But you never know. We'll do it next week. What are the fun facts about?
Oh my goodness.
Baloney?
No. It is National Haunted House Day. So because we got a lot of stats from Jimmy about Friday the 13th, so we're
Okay.
going to go this way.
Oh, I'm scared.
Yes, it's actually no bra day today too.
Yes, I saw that.
So
yeah.
free those puppies.
I didn't wear bra.
And I'll let you know the other holidays. But yes, we have some spooky haunted house facts.
You're listening to Real Radio, available everywhere you want to listen. Yeah, even there. On our free iHeartRadio app. Download it now. Yeah, it might be fall, and some people are all about pumpkin spice and dead leaves. But we know all you care about is football season.
That's why Real Radio wants to hook you up with $1,000 in Red Zone revenue.
Go to an away game, buy some new jerseys, or gamble it all away.
I like this kind of party.
We don't care what you do with it.
We've got 13 shots per day to score $1,000 in Red Zone revenue. Listen for the keyword, then enter it at realradio921.com, and you could score $1,000.
Score $1,000 in Red Zone revenue. Good luck from Real Radio.
Red Zone revenue is sponsored by Filter by HVAC Solutions, residential HVAC and indoor air quality services for every AC need. Now offering free emergency service for Real Radio listeners. Dial pound 250 and say the keyword stay cool. You'll receive a one-time auto dial text message. That's pound 250, keyword stay cool.
Here's traffic on Real Radio.
95 southbound north of Forest Hill Boulevard. We have an accident, and this one looks to be slowing you down in the area. Elsewhere, 95 is running pretty smoothly. We are looking good on the Turnpike in Palm Beach County. You do have one crash in Martin County, Turnpike southbound. This is in the Hobe Sound area, but no lanes are blocked. I'm Joel Mount.
This report is sponsored by Pfizer. Seems like COVID's everywhere again, but there's good news from Pfizer. This season's updated COVID-19 shots are now available for ages 6 months and up, and they're designed to better protect against recent variants. Ask your pharmacist or doctor and schedule at vaccines.gov. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Hi Hi there. I'm Mia. I'm Air.
You're Air?
Yeah, I just got out of the lungs of someone smoking a cheap little cigar outside a bodega. Oh, it was so smoky in there. And where there's smoke, there's
fire.
Cancer.
Oh.
Yeah. Little cigars might taste sweet, but they still kill. I'm supposed to be helping people, not unhelping them.
You mean hurting?
Oh, yeah, sorry. I'm a bit of an airhead.
Little cigars are just as dangerous as regular cigarettes. Find out how to quit today at tobaccofreeflorida.com.
Hey, it's the Greek. Your smile's the first thing people see, and I have the guy who can give you that $1 million smile.
Thanks, Greek. I'm Dr. Ernest Orfanos, a board-certified periodontist, and I can give you that perfect smile. My staff and I will make you feel comfortable and relaxed during your procedure. We do what's called Teeth in the Day, where you get implants and teeth that very same day, all phases of dental implants. And as a multi-specialty office, we are capable of meeting and exceeding all of your needs. Please call our office at 561-477-7171.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Last year, more clients hired Morgan & Morgan than ever before. We now have more offices, more staff, and more lawyers than any other injury firm in the world, protecting America, fighting for you.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Can you imagine rising for work before the crack of dawn? Tending to hundreds of acres of land before dusk? Well, that's what happens on 47,000 Florida farms every day. Florida's farmers work hard to grow nutritious food for you and your family. And you can help support them by enjoying delicious fresh from Florida produce. Look for the sunny Fresh from Florida logo where you shop or visit freshfromflorida.com to learn more.
Tito's Handmade Vodka on game day? Pour me in, coach, from the seat of stands or on your couch. Root for your favorite team's spirit. Stack a spicy Bloody Mary for your warm-up. Salt the rim with a Tito's Rita during halftime. Or take home a win with Tito's. Make Tito's your first-round pick. Find cocktail recipes for every fan at Tito'sVodka.com. 40% alcohol by volume, namely 80 proof. Crafted to be savored responsibly.
Welcome to Homestead Miami Speedway, where the sun and sand of South Beach meet the heat of NASCAR playoffs action. An Xfinity and Truck Series doubleheader on Saturday, a Cup Series playoff showdown on Sunday, and a South Florida fiesta all weekend long. Experience NASCAR Playoffs weekend at Homestead Miami Speedway, October 21st and 22nd. Get your tickets now at homesteadmiamispeedway.com.
My dad has a cold, but also has high blood pressure. That's why I got him Vicks DayQuil High Blood Pressure for max strength daytime relief. Unlike some ordinary cold medicines, it's specially formulated for people like my dad. DayQuil High Blood Pressure is sugar-free, alcohol-free, and decongestant-free.
Vicks DayQuil High Blood Pressure. The daytime, non-drowsy, coughing, aching, fever, sore throat, cold, and flu for people with high blood pressure.
Like my dad.
Medicine. Use as directed.
I had an important job, and it wasn't just a job, it was keeping my brothers and sisters safe. And coming back, it felt like kind of thrown away. If it hadn't been for Wounded Warrior Project, I honestly don't know if I would be here. It was like, I got my family back again. We all felt the connection, like that brother and sisterhood.
See how Wounded Warrior Project empowers women veterans like Donna by visiting woundedwarriorproject.org/empowerwomenvets.
The iHeartRadio app and the NFL right in your pocket. The home of the NFL Podcast Network, covering all 32 NFL teams, plus all the expert advice to win your fantasy league. And, of course, live NFL games. Touchdown! Download the free iHeartRadio app today. Free never sounded so good.
Here's what's happening with the weather on Real Radio.
From the Gordon and Partners Weather Center. Have you or a loved one been injured through no fault of your own? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News, continuing to keep an eye on partly cloudy skies through our Friday. It's a warm one, temperatures near 90, and more thunderstorms will be moving across the area as well. Most of the scattered storms will start inland and move east towards the coastline. Could see some on and off rain throughout the day, lingering into the evening as well. 1 or 2 scattered showers or storms are possible again tomorrow.
This report is sponsored by Our American Stories.
This is Lee Habib, the host of Our American Stories. This week we'll have the story of how one Marine mourned the loss of his tough-as-nails father. You won't want to miss the next episode of Our American Stories.
The check is good, the experience is smooth, and the reviews online are wonderful at GiveMeTheVin.com. They don't call us America's best car buyer for nothing.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Lex and Terry on Real Radio.
What's a chupacabra look like?
It's a guy like me going, "You want some heat? I am the heat." Phrases like that.
Okay, chupacabra.
Chupacabra is a goat sucker.
You can't turn out the light. I am the light. I'm a goat sucker. Hold it all, man.
What's going on out there? Goat sucker guy.
You can't make a fist. I am the fist.
All right, Mr. Fist.
Lex and Terry weekdays 7 p.m. till midnight on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast. An iHeart radio station. From the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys Studios.
Have you been in an accident? Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Real Radio 92.1 is WZZR West Palm Beach, an iHeart radio station.
Listen on your free iHeart Radio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Rover's Morning Glory wants you to score some red zone revenue. Win $1,000 now. Enter the nationwide keyword BANK at realradio921.com. That's BANK. Enter it now at realradio921.com. And good luck from Rover's Morning Glory and Real Radio.
Listening to the Penthouse. Now back to the Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Yes, you are listening to the Penthouse, and hopefully you were just listening to Rover from Rover's Morning Glory, giving you that keyword. That is our red zone revenue keyword to score $1,000, and that keyword was BANK. B-A-N-K. Enter that at realradio921.com. There's a pop-up right there. Enter the information, score yourself $1,000. We want to say somebody right here on Real Radio won that red zone revenue. Good afternoon on a Friday the 13th. This is Franny. Good afternoon to you, Jimmy.
Hello, and good afternoon.
And, of course, G-Man, good afternoon.
Good morning to you,
Or
which is
good
afternoon. Whatever the hell it is. It is the Penthouse on 92.1 Real Radio. Remember, real talk for the Palm Beaches and Arizona. Franny, you get some fun facts?
Sure.
It's Franny's Fun Facts.
So today is English Language Day, G-Man, if you can celebrate that one.
Oh, wow.
It's also...
Ice cream.
It's National Haunted House Day.
Ooh.
National No Bra Day.
I'm not wearing a bra.
It's the U.S. Navy's birthday.
Oh, happy birthday.
World Egg Day. Enjoy some eggs. National M&M Day. And I actually have something cool that M&M's doing.
Oh, nice.
For this Halloween. I'll let you know about that. But we are going to get into some haunted houses. Oh, it's National Herpes Awareness Day, too.
Oh, wow.
So be aware.
Be aware.
Of herpes.
Yeah, be aware of that.
Be unaware of what?
Be aware of that.
All right, so we have
It's a question you ask somebody when you first meet them.
interesting facts about haunted houses. Some about the ones that people claim are real, and then some like the kind that you see pop up during Halloween, right? I don't believe this is true here in the state of Florida. I actually believe I learned it's not. But if you buy a haunted house, in some states, you do have to let the seller know. They said
yes.
People buy houses all the time. In some situations, the owner must let the buyer know certain things. For example, it is illegal in some states in the U.S. to sell a home that is suspected of being haunted without letting the buyer know.
Ooh.
They said failure to do so could result in the new buyer reversing the transaction and getting their deposit back.
How the hell do you prove that?
Right?
I mean, even if you buy the house and you say, hey, I'm starting to see ghosts.
If you think it's haunted, you have to let them know. That's all.
No, I'm saying if you don't let them know, then the new people come in and they say the place is haunted. How do you prove it? Like, how do you say, like, hey, I'm seeing ghosts at night and different things like that?
How do you prove that they knew? It'd be tough.
Yeah. I mean, it'd be tough that you're even seeing something is what I'm saying. Like, like if you ever went to court, how did they even rule on that? Like, that's a tough one.
Mm-hmm. Haunted houses that we see pop up around Halloween. They say that the ones have gone corporate and now make $300 million a year. As with many things today, haunted houses are more often thought as a Halloween attraction to scare you safely and for a small fee. These large attractions can make up to $3 million a year, while smaller attractions can rake in about $50,000 a year.
Let's make the studio haunted.
Right?
Let's do it. Make some money.
You only do it for like a month, right? And you make $50,000 at a small place.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
Yeah.
They said Walt Disney created the first major for-profit haunted house in 1969. They say before Walt Disney created his haunted mansion, most haunted houses were low quality and just cheap scare tactics. They said with the haunted mansion, Walt Disney brought to life all of the scary parts of a real haunted house using state-of-the-art technology. They made ghosts look real and witches talk. It was a fully interactive experience that hadn't been seen before in any haunted houses. They say now there's about 2,700 corporate haunted houses in the United States of America because there is a haunted house association. You have the membership. Yep, the membership is over 2,700.
Now, if they're making that kind of money,
They say a lot of these haunted houses are actually run by charities. They said while haunted houses may be making a lot of money, around 80% of all haunted houses are run by or benefiting local charities. So the money is flowing back into the community and helping people, which is good to hear.
I think that's very nice. And that also could be a big draw for people knowing that it's going to a charity.
They say if you got a bad heart, do not go into a haunted house.
I've heard that.
I just last weekend was at Halloween Horror Nights and I love it. I get scared. I'm one who jumps. But when I'm done, I love the adrenaline that it gives me. It's just this weird, scared high. But
I don't think it's weird. I mean, there's too many, there's so many people that like that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't classify that as weird, but maybe that's.
I got a buddy of mine who's a gambler, and he went 2 weeks ago, or when it first opened. He said it's the only thing that comes close to gambling. What you just talked about. That he gets so scared.
Yeah. But yeah, they said with the number of people entering haunted houses every year, especially during Halloween, some haunted houses require you to sign a medical waiver indicating your heart is healthy. We have that one that's supposed to be like, right, we talk about every year, that's like the scariest in the world, and a lot of people can't even make it through. But they said that a news reporter from Today wore a heart monitor and ventured into a haunted house to see what happened to his heart. His heart jumped to 146 beats per minute multiple times throughout his visit, which is considered like intense cardio for a healthy young male. And you know what? I did notice that. Yes, we walked between the 2 days at Universal Orlando, walked about 15 miles or so. But I noticed on my smartwatch, without turning on the exercise, it was saying that I had exercised. And I think it was because of those jumps in my heart rate from going through the haunted houses. We got a few more here. This one's interesting. They say real haunted houses may simply be carbon monoxide poisoning. So some theories, there's a theory on real haunted houses suggests that carbon monoxide poisoning is a cause of people believing their homes are haunted. So many haunted houses they've investigated and their carbon monoxide levels tested to be extremely high, which is very dangerous. They said they're often older houses, older appliances, and most often hauntings are reported during the winter months. So they say carbon monoxide poison has symptoms of feeling like you're being watched, hearing noises like footsteps or voices, hallucinating, and dizziness. So they noticed that some of these houses had high carbon monoxide levels.
I mean, I'm not saying that if there isn't high carbon monoxide that they can kind of equate that, but that's not going to be every haunted house.
No, but it is very, very interesting, that one. I've never heard that before.
Neither have I.
The U.S. White House is considered the most haunted house in our country.
Oh, wow.
So there's been numerous sightings of various ghosts and entities in the White House. They said Winston Churchill and even Ronald Reagan experienced and talked about seeing ghosts there. So, yeah, I guess so. I mean, it's been around, occupied since 1800, so a bunch of deaths, they said, happening in and around it. Yep. And then finally here on This Is a Haunted House Day, if you want to start your own haunted house, because we were talking about it, they said gone are the days when you could throw up some white sheets and play scary sounds over a PA system. Haunted houses, they do make that big money, but it also costs big money to operate and market. Some haunted house operators suggest it could cost up to $100,000 a year, $30,000 just to like the operating cost, $30,000 for marketing. Otherwise, you can't pull in crowds and make money. So you gotta spend money to make money a lot of times.
Yes, you do.
And that shows it right there. So there you go for a haunted house day.
Thank you so much, Francis. Great job following the theme of the 13th. It is time now to spin the wheel for a Greek misspeak.
All right, let me get the wheel back out. And all right, it's my turn. And we're going to give this a big yank. All right, here we go. And go! Oh, Greek misspeak number 123. Here you go, kids.
This is your Greek misspeak review.
And of course, Franny looks very excited. She looks like she's her bed back.
Oh, no.
Talk about letting the gate out with the horses coming right behind you.
Today we're checking out some things that make absolutely no sense.
You familiar with Dave Bautista?
I heard of the name, but I don't know the name.
Watch my name, bitch.
I think anybody who's married 3 times really's got to kick the cup.
I really want to kick the cup, but I can't.
I was out over the weekend on Thursday picking up some errands.
What the does that mean, Kobe Bryant?
Oh, that's not right.
Yeah.
Security guards need to be treated with respect. There's got to be repercussions in everything in life. If there's not, you're just going to keep running a buff.
Yeah, the buff. It's a very important issue. The buff. The buff. Yeah.
The health benefit and that it just feels so awesome.
Yeah, salt on the wound, salt in the pool. Like,
what?
Nice.
So I got a couple requests for misspeaks in the line. So if you want to get them ready, and then I'll read the text about superstitions. We have 22 and 98. And let me, I'll read these first two. So we have here, let's see, superstitions. I've never heard this. Do not bring bananas on a boat. Have you heard that one before?
No, but I always bring my banana wherever I go.
Don't bring bananas on a boat. And then we have the request from Misspeak 22. And then we have Franny. An old German superstition was called listen for the cock. When a virgin wanted to know when she was going to meet the man of her dreams on Christmas Eve, she would go to the hen house, bang on the door. If she heard a rooster crow, then she was going to meet the man of her dreams. If she heard a hen, she was not.
Makes sense.
Cock-a-doodle-doo, yep. A Russian superstition, women in Russia do not like getting yellow roses due to back in the day when a man was cheating on his wife, he would give her yellow roses for forgiveness.
Ooh.
Uh-huh. And we have Friday the 13th tattoo. I just had a customer tell me yesterday she couldn't get her furniture delivered today because she's had plans since February and mentioned her and her friends her and her friends go to haunted houses and get tattoos.
Oh, cute.
She said it's a holiday for her, even if it may not be for us. It's from Sarah. And then we have this one. Happy Friday the 13th. Just wanted to let you know that tomorrow is the grand opening for the brand new Bush Wildlife Facility. Thank you so much for letting us know. That's Kara in North Palm Beach, and I can't wait to check that out. And Kara is the one who requested misspeak number 98.
Okay, so we'll start with that one?
Sure.
All right, here's Greek misspeak number 98.
This is your Greek misspeak review.
I think that's pretty bothersome.
Excuse me?
I know Fox is talking about doing a lot of different things, putting crowds in the fans.
Wait. No.
Yeah, I hope it doesn't happen. But if it does, I think it'll be a win for everybody and they'll make some money.
Thank you, Satan.
Yesterday was pain in the ass day. I don't know if you're...
That's been my mandrum for years.
What is that supposed to mean?
And his wife left him. He cut her head out and he left the picture over his house.
Oh, my.
But he was like, yeah, you got jokes? But that just triggered a story in my head.
Wait, what?
Who wants to sit on my lap? 10 minutes of toss.
Giggity.
Going to the golf range just yesterday. Didn't hit so well, but hit well.
Well, which is it?
I walked out of the elevator and went face first into a snowbank.
Oh, that's good.
There it is. Yeah, I'm going to go hide in the attic.
That's good.
Awesome. That's awesome.
Good. And then we just have it just says, hey, Frady, can I request misspeak number 22? And of course you can.
All right, here you go.
This is your Greek misspeak review.
God bless. God bless you. Denise Barbaboom.
Excuse?
Minis Mabada.
Ah, okay.
Feliz Navidad.
Do we get there?
Feliz Navidad.
And then Boston made that error, too. Pubes play. Pubes.
You know,
Whatever, pubes.
yeah, whatever. You know, there's...
Because I think people more complain about when it's negative than when it's positive. And I think that's great.
I don't know what any of that means, but I can't wait to find out.
Before you know, we'll be back at work in the grind in the steel mill.
Oh, righty then.
And when you're giving money out of your hard-earned pocket to try to help somebody,
I need somebody help.
there's a lot of people who are less fortunate. You should thank your prayers. God bless.
Thank your prayers.
Something's happened to my brain. It's all dried up.
It's all dried up. Yeah, there's something wrong with me. We know that, but we'll try to figure it out one day. Now, Britney Spears' book is coming out, and they were letting out little things about it, and they say the person that she's going after the most is JT. I'm a little surprised about that. They were dating years and years ago, but I guess she's not over it, or she's got a lot of big anger on him still. But when that comes out, wow, I can only imagine what she's going to say. But wasn't that she cheated on him?
That was what
the story was,
I don't know
right?
if it was ever confirmed, but yeah, that was the rumor.
And he wrote a song and the whole thing, and it just, well, we're going to see what
Cry
happens.
me a river.
Yeah, that was in her song, right?
I think that's what, like, if you watch the video, there's a girl who, like, portrays her.
Yeah. That book will definitely sell, don't you think? Bestseller list?
Get a set of knives with that book?
Oh, yeah, you do. You get a set of eyes, do. And a bikini top. Yeah, I'm curious to hear what she says about JT. He's got a very good image, a great career, obviously can do it all. But, yeah.
The claims are he's not going to be happy when he reads her memoir. But I don't know. I also like, some people like to hype things up too.
Yeah.
So you buy the book.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, her life has been very interesting. A lot of ups and downs. There's no doubt about it. I'm sure it will sell fantastic. And I know a lot of people wonder what the hell is going on. And like you said, Franny, who knows? Maybe it's just out there just to put it in people, and they check it out, and they're like, oh, let me see it. And they might get it. It might be like, it's not that bad a thing. But that was years ago. I'm sure she's going to have some things to say about her family and her father, too.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, because she talks about that like it was prison and just what she went through and the heartaches that she had. 877-927-6969. What do you do for Friday the 13th? Is there anything that you try to say, I'm not going to do this because it's bad luck? Or maybe there's a haunted house that you go to every year that you're like, man, I love it. When I was a kid, I remember there was one house on my street that nobody would go to. And the lady was just like, ooh, and I still remember it, too. And it was just very scary. And you had to have, like, big stones to go there.
Yeah.
And the lady was...
old haunted house.
Yeah, it was. And the lady
everybody thought was a witch.
Yeah.
That lived there. It's like what you see in shows and movies, right?
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah.
And the house was, like, all orange, like the lights, and it was just weird.
I wonder what it's going to be like. If this Halloween... If we decide, we haven't put up our Halloween decorations, and I keep on telling my husband because he put them in storage because he turned the area we used storage into an office. And so I was like, I want to, and he's not down for it. And I was like, I will do everything. But Halloween, I love it. It's my favorite. But I'm curious to see if we will get many trick-or-treaters because we I don't know, maybe an hour into Halloween, we scared a couple kids with our shenanigans that we had.
What'd you do?
And our decorations. I had that one video I posted of that little girl, and she was a princess, and she was so cute, and she ran away crying and screaming.
Didn't you buy that big inflatable thing?
No.
Oh, no?
No. My neighbor had a 9-foot werewolf.
Oh, okay.
Which is still up in his backyard and has been this whole entire time.
Wow.
He never took it down?
No,
Oh,
well,
wow.
he moved it from the front yard to the back because
Oh,
people
that's
were complaining
nice of
about it. So now it overlooks my fence. So now it just stares down at me.
Imagine people flying over to plane, they look down. What the hell's that?
Holy crap.
9-foot werewolf? I'm surprised because now like Home Depot has like a 14-foot skeleton. I'm surprised that's not up there yet. But after that happened with her and a couple kids that we scared, they would not come up our driveway.
Really? Did they talk about you guys?
So you're the neighbor now.
I am. We're the ones who scare the kids. So I'm curious if they're even going to show up.
Yours is the house.
It is. Oh, God, but it's so funny. Even their parents laughed. Like, at first I felt bad. Like, oh, my God, she's so cute. And she cried and ran away and screamed. And the parents were giggling, too. So I was like, yeah, that's fun.
I would feel horrible.
I did, too.
But laugh at the same time.
It was funny. But speaking of giving away candy, I've never heard of this because it seems like it's the first time they're doing it. M&M is going to have a rescue squad, is what they call it, a rescue squad. So if ever you're out there and you got a bunch more kids than you thought and you ran out of candy, well, this might help you. I said that there was a survey that was done from Mars, not the planet, the candy company, that finds that close to half Americans have worried about running out of candy for trick-or-treaters. And so, it could be related to the fact that 89% admit that they've eaten at least some of the candy they plan to give away for Halloween.
That's a low number because I think that's 100%.
But we don't eat our candy.
You want to try
maybe
one?
Maybe my husband does. I'm not really much of a candy person.
Okay.
But they plan on eating for Halloween, and they said M&M's understands the concern, so they want to do something about it. They are deploying their first ever M&M's Halloween Rescue Squad to help those that may be at risk of running out of candy on Halloween. So this is interesting. Starting at 3 o'clock Eastern, October 31st, They'll be on call to deliver Mars candy across the country to participating locations.
For free?
all right? So Halloween Rescue Squad will work with GoPuff to bring a fresh candy supply in less than an hour. And the best part, it's totally free.
Wow.
So if your candy bowl needs a refill, they say just visit the squad's site for a request.
So
Now,
why
as
buy candy? Just call them.
Well, I mean, you don't want to take advantage of the situation. Yeah, you buy your own candy if you run out.
All right.
Don't be a scumbari, as you would call it.
Just saying what people are probably going to do. When there's something good, there's always something bad.
It's MMSHalloweenRescueSquad.com. MMSHalloweenRescueSquad.com. And you just put in your location and confirm
That's
where
pretty
you
cool.
want your items delivered and see if they will. Like I said, participating locations, I'm not quite sure, but yeah, that'll be going on as of, but you got to go that day. So it's 3 p.m. Eastern, October 31st, if you need some rescuing.
That's nice.
I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah, that's very cool.
And they said in under an hour, straight to your door.
It's awesome. So
Right?
you run out, you tell the kid, come back in an hour.
Or maybe
Yeah.
you can go buy your own. Just an idea.
Well,
this
they're
is
saying
if
if
you run out. You run out.
Yeah, this is, don't be like
Plan
Greek.
ahead.
Don't be like Greek and just like not buy any and then just call them. Be like, hey, I ran out.
Did I say that, or did I say people would do that? There is a big difference.
I'm trying to see if they would actually deliver because, yeah, how do they make sure? I mean, I guess you got to have them everywhere, these rescue squad drivers.
I guess it's like Santa Claus. They hit every house. You know what I mean? They're out there. They're doing what they got to do.
It's like, what do you do? In an hour, looks like I'm going to run out of candy. You call somebody and they're going to bring it to your house?
Maybe if you got like 2 left. You're like, I got 2 baby roots left. Get over here.
Yeah, it's called turning your light off so no kids come up anymore.
Yeah, well,
This is not rocket science. We're talking about trick-or-treating.
Yes, my address is, well, you know what? Matt and I ran out of candy last year because we're not, we're just like willy-nilly give handfuls out.
Here's 30.
Only take one. And especially after we made kids cry, we gave them a lot more than we should. So we gave candy out and then we did run out of stuff. But Matt had his own stash of candy, and I went in there, and and it wasn't Halloween candy. It was like normal-sized chocolate bars.
That's when you break out the cash.
Yeah,
Start handing out money.
Yeah.
Give them 50 cents, a dollar.
We were just giving away that stuff, and then we turned off the lights and went inside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's nice that they're doing it.
Well, I just put in my address, and it says it's outside of their delivery zone. So if I run out, I'm screwed.
What are you going to do? I mean, come on, Eminem, stretch that band a little. Make sure you come to everybody. But I think that's a very good concept. If you run out of candy, go to their website, and they'll bring it to you. It is the Penthouse, and it is a Friday. Don't forget, Greek Gridiron in 1 hour in studio. So if you want to go to Vegas and be like you win Powerball and get a golf cart and your neighbor, you'll be like, woohoo, 135. We'll be back. Peace.
Real Radio is the news junkie.
Something is coming back into popularity that has not been popular for a very long time.
Sean Watson.
What? How dare you? My popularity remains at an all-time high.
The News Junkie. Weekday afternoons at 2 on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Now you can relive the greatest moments from our 2023 iHeartRadio Music Festival.
Streaming only on Hulu.
Lenny Kravitz kicks things off with his biggest hits.
Foo Fighters get the whole crowd singing along.
Tim McGraw debuts his new song live.
Public Enemy brings the 90s hip-hop energy.
Fall Out Boy covers a classic while literally on fire. And so much more.
Relive the greatest moments from our iHeartRadio Music Festival.
Streaming now only on Hulu for a limited time.
Getting you up to speed on traffic on Real Radio.
Big backups going on in the Riviera Beach area. Southbound 95 entrance ramp from Blue Heron Boulevard. 2 right lanes blocked on the ramp and a left lane blocked as well on the highway. So go ahead and avoid that area. Use 45th Street. Had a crash just inside Hope Sound. Southbound 95 near Bridge Road. That one has cleared away. I'm Joel Mountain.
Let's see what's up with traffic on Real Radio.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com. As the leaves change, leave the hiring to Indeed. Their all-in-one hiring platform helps you attract, interview, and hire candidates all from one place. And Indeed's interview tool lets you schedule and conduct virtual interviews right from their website. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
At
SimpliSafe, we've designed award-winning home security with advanced sensors, HD cameras, and now this 24/7 LifeGuard protection only from SimpliSafe. Now, monitoring agents can see and speak to intruders through our new indoor camera to help stop crime in real time and for fast police response. Get 20% off any new system with Fast Protect monitoring at simplisafe.com/radio. Advanced home security, 24/7 professional monitoring for less than $1 a day. There's no safe like SimpliSafe.
Hey, it's the Greek from Monroe's Palm Beach. Beautiful place with gorgeous ladies 7 days a week till 5 a.m. What a 5-star menu. And 1028, it's strip or treat. That's right, 1028, strip or treat. Their Halloween contest and party you don't want to miss. $500 on the line for a costume contest. 1028, it's strip or treat. It's Monroe's Palm Beach. Trick or treat, baby. You know where you got to go for the best ladies and the sexiest girls. Peace.
Floridians, do you know how close you are to freshness? It's not a plane or a ship ride away. It's not across an ocean or over the equator. It's not even a far drive. The peak of freshness is at your grocery store, and it's called Fresh from Florida. Fresh from Florida is local produce grown by farmers right here in our own state, meaning it's always fresh, always in season, and always mouth-wateringly good. Look for the sunny Fresh from Florida logo or ask for it by name where you shop.
Hey, it's the Greek. Your smile is the first thing people see, and I have the guy who can give you that $1 million smile.
Thanks, Greek. I'm Dr. Ernest Orfanos, a board-certified periodontist, and I can give you that perfect smile. My staff and I will make you feel comfortable and relaxed during your procedure. We do what's called Teeth in the Day, where you get implants and teeth that very same day, all phases of dental implants. And as a multi-specialty office, we are capable of meeting and exceeding all of your needs. Please call our office at 561-477-7171.
Want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm Owen. I'm a cigarette.
Do you like being a cigarette?
No, I don't. Not really into killing thousands of people. Sorry, no filter.
Right.
What's your sign?
Pisces?
I'm a Cancer. Cigarette joke. But seriously, I do cause cancer. And heart disease. And strokes. I could go on forever. Unlike the people who smoke me.
The average smoker lives 10 years less than non-smokers. Quit today. Find out how at tobaccofreeflorida.com.
Hey, it's the Greek for Filter by HVAC Solutions. We made it through the summer and it was very hot, but guess what? Your air conditioner is likely overworked, tired. It's important to make sure it's properly serviced and maintained. Take care of it before it happens that there's a big problem or an emergency. And if there's an emergency, we can all agree if your air conditioner is not working, it is an emergency. Pound 250 and say keyword stay cool. Pound 250 and say keyword stay cool. FilterByHVACSolutions.com. Go to our website. Over 70,000 5-star reviews. You will receive a one-time auto-dial text message from iHeart. If you have a problem with your air conditioning or you want to make sure it's working properly, there's only one place to call. Filter by HVAC Solutions. It's football season, and if your team doesn't score, you get hot under the collar. You can't afford for your air conditioner not to work. Pound 250 and say the keyword stay cool. Pound 250 and say the keyword stay cool. Filter by HVAC Solutions. They'll keep you cool every single day of the year. Peace.
Victim of a slip and fall? It takes one phone call to take back control of your life. Anajar and Levine will fight to get you the compensation you deserve. Call me, Mark Anajar, for a free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
In office, West Palm Beach. I had an important job, and it wasn't just a job. It was keeping my brothers and sisters safe. And coming back, it felt like kind of thrown away. If it hadn't have been for Wounded Warrior Project, I honestly don't know if I would be here. It was like, I got my family back again. We all felt the connection, like that brother and sisterhood.
See how Wounded Warrior Project empowers women veterans like Donna by visiting woundedwarriorproject.org/empowerwomenvets.
Are you a victim of the timeshare trap and think there's no way out? I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, the original timeshare cancellation expert. And I'm here to tell you that there is a way out. All you need to do is give my office a call. I will send you a timeshare exit information kit absolutely free, explaining how the timeshare industry works and your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free info kit. 800-522-5700. 800-522-5700.
I had an important job, and it wasn't just a job. It was keeping my brothers and sisters safe. And coming back, it felt like kind of thrown away. If it hadn't have been for Wounded Warrior Project, I honestly don't know if I would be here. It was like, I got my family back again. We all felt the connection, like that brother and sisterhood.
See how Wounded Warrior Project empowers women veterans like Donna by visiting woundedwarriorproject.org/empowerwomenvets.
My dad has a cold, but also has high blood pressure. That's why I got him Vicks DayQuil High Blood Pressure for max strength daytime relief. Unlike some ordinary cold medicines, it's specially formulated for people like my dad. DayQuil High Blood Pressure is sugar-free, alcohol-free, and decongestant-free.
Vicks DayQuil High Blood Pressure. The daytime, non-drowsy, coughing, aching, fever, sore throat, cold, and flu for people with high blood pressure.
Like my dad.
Medicine. Use as directed.
If you suffered an injury at a place of business, dial pound wall. That's all. Morgan & Morgan.
Here's the latest with weather on Real Radio.
From the Gordon and Partners Weather Center. Have you or a loved one been injured through no fault of your own? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News, continuing to keep an eye on partly cloudy skies through our Friday. It's a warm one, temperatures near 90, and more thunderstorms will be moving across the area as well. Most of the scattered storms will start inland and move east towards the coastline. Could see some on and off rain throughout the day, lingering into the evening as well. 1 or 2 scattered showers or storms are possible again tomorrow.
This report is sponsored by Our American Stories.
This is Lee Habib, the host of Our American Stories, the show where America is the star and the American people. This week, we'll have the story of General Mad Anthony Wayne. You won't want to miss the next episode of Our American Stories.
I'm Curtis Fitzsimmons-Jackson.
And I'm Charlie Webster. The podcast Surviving El Chapo, the twins who brought down a drug lord, returns for a second season and picks right back up with Pete and Jay Flores taking their first steps on U.S. soil after turning themselves in to the U.S. government. Season 2 follows the twins through their time in prison and testifying in court against El Chapo. Listen to Season 2.
The Penthouse is brought to you by Dr. Ernest Orfano, the man that gives the $1 million smile. This is Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast. Listening to the Penthouse. Now back to the Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Yes, you're back in the Penthouse on a Friday. Look at this. The sun is out. That's right, you Benihanas. I told you to relax. That's what's great about South Florida. Just like your life. One day it can suck, the next day it's good. Jimmy's in the house.
Hello and good afternoon.
Of course, Francis is here.
Hey, what's up?
And it's time for a trifecta.
Riders up. It's Creek's Trifecta.
All right, Philadelphia Freedom, baby. The Phillies are in the National League Championship Series. They beat the Braves, and the Dodgers got beat by Arizona. 2 shockers. That's why Vegas, every time you go there or any casino, there's something new because the bettors get their ass kicked. Both huge favorites and both underdogs won. In the American League, it'll be the Texas Rangers against the Houston Astros. Can the Astros go back-to-back? I hate the Astros. It's a strong word. I'll say I dislike them because they got caught cheating, but they probably will win again. That team's got a big ass, and they're not a Kardashian. They just always keep winning. Last night, the Chiefs did win 19-8. If you listen to the game on Amazon at the end of the game, Jimmy, Al Michaels said, and by the way, there are a lot of people who are happy with this final score. He does it every time. There's been
most known for it.
Yeah,
love Al Michaels.
Yeah, me too. There's been speculation for years that he throws down, but it was never can be confirmed or denied. But always talks about the point spread, and he mentioned it again last night because last night it was a half a point the Chiefs covered by. And I got to tell you, when you win by a half or you lose, it's like the same thing. When you win, you're like, all right, okay. But when you lose by a half, oh, my God, it sucks. It's like getting a root canal without having any Novocaine. Really blows. But, again, he did mention that. And, again, Chiefs ended up winning. Our Miami Dolphins are the highest spread on the board this week. They are 13.5, trending up. There are some speculation it could be 14 and a hook by game day. So if you want to bet the Dolphins, you better bet them today on Friday. And that is your lunchtime trifecta. Peace.
I don't know. You were talking about the Houston and the Astros there. Have you heard that Mary Lou Retton from Olympic fame from years and years ago, she was sick. She's got a rare form of pneumonia.
Yeah, like
apparently.
real bad. She's in the hospital ICU for a while.
Yeah, she's been fighting this for a little while, and apparently her daughter set up a GoFundMe page. Mattress Mac donated $50,000 to
nice.
it.
Because she didn't have medical insurance. And that's why.
I didn't understand that.
Yeah.
I mean, surprising.
Because it's her?
Yeah. I just thought that, I know she did a lot of different things with speaking and a lot of endorsements and stuff like that.
I mean, it happens. We went through a situation with my mother-in-law, and she didn't have insurance.
Yeah.
And so, but I guess I understand where you're coming from, because you would think.
Yeah, she did a lot of different things over the years.
And being a former athlete, right, you would have some kind of insurance, but she did not.
So anyway, we wish her well as far as her health is concerned, and apparently a lot of people wish her well money-wise. So Mattress Mac being one. I'm assuming, because I'm seeing a couple of pictures here, she is wearing an Astros jersey. So maybe she was an Astros fan. Maybe that's part of the reason why he had a connection with her type thing.
Okay.
That could be it. I don't know that for sure, but
very nice.
There's a picture of her throwing out a first pitch, and she's got an Astros jersey on. So. It's quite possible.
I know the crowdfunding already has, I think it's spot fund. It's not a GoFundMe, this crowdfunding that her daughter set up. And I believe already is 40, like they were only asking for about $50,000. That was their goal in medical bills, but it's surpassed $400,000.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Hopefully she bounces back.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, because, she's young. She's only in her 50s, right?
She has a few children, though. I think she has 3 or 4 kids.
Could be. I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, I know she did a lot of different things, and I know she did a lot of speaking engagements for companies and different things like that.
55. Yeah. So
Very young.
Very, very young. So from doctors to therapists, that's what we're going to go. That's going to be our segue to ditching therapists. It looks like these days, instead of going to a therapist or life coach or counselor, they're going to psychics instead. So people have given up on trying to get advice from their shrinks for psychics, who they said give them real guidance instead. There's somebody in particular who's an artist and a model living in Jersey City. And she said that she was dissatisfied with therapy for nearly 30 years.
Wow.
She's only 35. She's been going to therapy since she's 5 years old.
Oh, wow.
I mean, no, it can happen.
Yeah,
There's kids who go there. I went to therapy when I was a kid. So she decided to seek guidance from an intuitive healer practicing tarot and astrology. And she said, I gave up on therapy after a while because I didn't find it helpful. Well, man, 30 years is a long time of doing it for not finding it helpful.
I was going to say that. Took it how long?
She said therapists are in no rush to get your problems figured out. She said it drags on. And it's a very long process.
And expensive.
Yep. She said that now she doesn't even think she needs it. For many people, she said a lot of it is due to cost barrier, too. As G-Man mentioned, can be pricey. Seeing a therapist every week is like a habit. Like they want you to keep coming back. It's almost like an addiction in a strange way. So you do. She does, but she feels, at least in her situation, that they are disconnected from their patients. Of course, this is one person's story. If you're a therapist, we're not talking about everybody thinking that. And so, she said that divide will lead to disconnect at best, judgment at worst. And so she just didn't feel like it was helping her out in particular. So, yes, now she goes to what she calls a different kind of healing from tarot card reading, astrology, and all other kinds of psychic help. And she's not the only one who's jumping into this instead.
I think the expense is a big thing for a lot of people. A lot of times it's not covered. I think the other thing with a lot of people, and I know a couple people like this, your therapist is not your friend. I mean, if you want to call up a friend and talk to them, that happens. But I think a lot of people get into that routine of going every week. And like I said, with the way inflation is and everything is so expensive, and you would think therapists' goal is not to milk you. I think the goal should be to help you.
Of course.
That's what you would think. I mean, if you think your therapist is milking you, it's like somebody in your life. You shouldn't be around them. You'd be like, you know what? I do everything for you. What do you do for me? Nothing. Then bail. I mean, and like I said, not all companies cover it. Some do. But I could see some therapists are expensive. And, $250, $300 an hour, especially in the big cities. And that could be a very expensive bill. You're talking $20,000, $30,000 a year. I have a couple of friends who go, and they spend a lot of money on it. And they say a lot of times, it's funny, there's one guy I know in particular says he's been going, but he doesn't say he feels better, but he goes. He was like, I go every week and, try to help myself.
But he doesn't feel better.
No, that's
so
what
he's
he
trying
told
to help himself, but he doesn't.
Yeah, he was asking me. And I was like, if you're not getting better, then maybe you should change or stop or do something. But I don't know. I think sometimes people go to people where they want to hear what they want to hear, too.
Well, then they're afraid if they stop going, then there's no healing.
You're right.
It gets in your mindset that way, right? And that's, I think, part of the reason why they go to that. You say they're not your friend, but I think that's what some people are looking for is a friend.
Oh, yeah, because they're lonely.
To be able to, unload their whatever their feelings are, and they feel that it's safe there type thing. And
they don't judge them.
Well, I'm not saying good, bad, or indifferent. That's, I think, it's what a lot of people do. I mean, versus there are people that have a particular drama that they're, trying to get over, whether it was a death or something, right, in their life that they're trying to just focus. Like there's that one incident that happened, and they're trying to get over that where they might be able to achieve that, right?
Which would be great.
But I think for a lot of the people, I mean, it's not meant to. There's nothing to cure. It's having that companion. Let me unload my burdens, and you can hopefully tell me what I want to hear, and I'll feel better.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That could be in a way a cure, though.
And then you hear that, and it's like, well, you're not gonna. If you're not feeling better, then what's the point?
Yeah.
But then you get in this vicious cycle of, well, but if I stop, then what?
Yeah. This one individual I talked to almost said he has the same feeling if he doesn't go to the gym. Like he feels guilty. Like if he takes off a couple of weeks from his therapist. And I mean, again, people put different stuff in their mind, like you said.
Sure.
Because then you feel like I'm working on my body, but I'm not working on my mind.
Right.
But then you're also saying I'm not feeling better. And I think the thing for therapy is that when you walk out it, maybe not that day, but ultimately you feel better. Like you said, there could be one thing in your life, whatever it be, that you can't get over. And you're hoping to reach that goal.
Yeah.
I mean, there could be a lot of different things. But the one thing with therapy, like I said, with the way everything is, it's expensive. I mean, and a lot of companies don't pay it. And so that's really, and a lot of people look at it as a luxury that, it's not a food. Obviously, it's not gas. It's not keeping your lights on or your rent. But again, if you're not feeling good about it, and I'm sure psychics are a lot less money. I think that's a big thing, too. 877-927-6969. If you have anything on this, call us. Also, haunted house. You have one that you say, man, this house is the best. I go every year. It could be here. It could be someplace else. Maybe it's someplace you grew up that you remember. I remember as a kid this one house on my street, and the lady used to scare us like, my God, forget about it. We never went to her house. But then we would see her during the week. I mean, after Halloween, and she seemed fine. But it was like, is that the same house? But we got into our head. If I went on my street right now, I could still figure out that house where it is. And I wonder if she's still there. No, probably not. 877-927-6969. That is the number to call if you guys want to get involved. Also, you could text us, Real Radio 47142. We appreciate that. Or you can email Jimmy at realradio921.com. Michael Strahan, you might have known him. He played for the Giants. He also had a book that came out, which I read, and he's very successful outside of his football career. Does a lot of different things, has a lot of different businesses, has a clothesline, is involved in a lot of different things. And they sat down with him the other day. I saw the interview, and he said the biggest thing for him is that he's nice to everybody. And when you're nice to everybody, it comes back. And he said just being nice is a big thing. There's a lot of celebrities where people are successful, speak about things in their life that got them over the plateau. And, whatever you think to be successful is for you. But this is what Strahan said, that he's nice to everybody. Being nice really shouldn't be hard for anybody out there.
Shouldn't be.
Yeah, it just...
it is for some people.
I mean, to hold the door to somebody, that's being nice. To be nice to people, respect them, treat people the way you want to be treated, I think that's being nice. If you see somebody with a package they can't handle, say to them, hey, can I help you with that package?
That's a big package.
But that's a big package. You might need help with it. It is funny, though. Sometimes if you ask a stranger, I've seen it only because the first time I'm living like in an apartment complex, sometimes you ask people, and they don't like it. They're like, I'm fine. You're like, okay, just thought I would ask you for help. Especially even guys.
That's part of the reason why people aren't nice.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah, turn around and backfire.
Yeah, I mean, you say something to somebody, and all of a sudden, there's a lady on my floor. She always says hi to me, and I'm always like, hey, how you doing? What's going on? And I try to explain to her. It's a big effort for me to say hi to you, but I know it makes her day, so I do it.
You speaking to her makes her day.
Yeah, it's a nice part.
Aw.
It's always giving.
It is. Well, if you want to maybe have something interesting to say to your neighbor, we are going to have the Ring of Fire solar eclipse happening tomorrow. Oh, geez. Nothing to worry about.
Speaking of stars.
I can't see.
Yeah, so the Ring of Fire solar eclipse, where you can see it in most of the country. We're going to be able to see partial eclipse here in Florida. But this is, and make sure, like, don't look, like, never look straight at the sun, but don't look straight at it. You do have to wear protective eyewear. And I have seen that a lot of local libraries, Palm Beach, Broward, Miami-Dade, give away these glasses. They have a certain number of eclipse glasses that you can wear, which is pretty cool. I never knew they did that. But if this is something that you want to check out, then you can absolutely do so. This is tomorrow. They're saying Florida will be able to see a partial solar eclipse, what they call the Ring of Fire, starting around 10:38 a.m.
Oh,
Eastern through 3:13 p.m.
Oh, okay. I saw the 3 o'clock number.
Yeah, so pretty cool.
Wow, that's a long
I agree.
time. Usually it's not that.
I know. I agree. When I saw that, I was like, this is interesting. But yeah, they said that according to the map of GreatAmericanEclipse.com, the U.S. path for the Ring of Fire covers parts of Oregon, Nevada, Utah, Arizona, New Mexico, and Texas. The Ring of Fire will not be visible from Florida unless you watch it virtually from a live stream, which is, I did put up that live stream, realradio921.com/Penthouse, so you can catch it there. But Florida should have 50% to 60% chance of seeing a phase of the annular eclipse. There's said that you'll be able to see it October 14th, as I mentioned, beginning at 10:38 a.m. Or hold on. Nope. Here we go. 11:38 a.m. Eastern. Excuse me.
Okay.
I look at the Eastern time. Through 3:13 p.m. Eastern.
We'll do it in our locker room tomorrow.
According to timeanddate.com.
We'll go out there, hold hands, look up.
Sure.
Awesome.
Oh, look, I can't see now. I'm blind.
How are we going to get home?
There goes my life. Is it, if I was reading
Told you to wear protective eye gear, so don't yell at me.
Well, you know how we feel about protection around
I
here.
guess so. Don't use it.
I think
it's double bam.
I think Alaska is where it's going to be a total eclipse.
Okay.
Where like they'll get a full effect of it. Is that true? Do you have that in your article?
I don't. I just saw like the states that they did say that are going to have a pretty damn good view of it, which was Oregon, Nevada, Utah, Arizona, New Mexico, and Texas.
And I was reading that at this point though, I think the moon is the furthest from Earth. And because of that, that's why it's going to give that sensation of the Ring of Fire, because even though it's going to eclipse it, there's still going to be an outer ring around the moon that will still come through, and that's what's going to give it that effect.
Did you say Oregon?
Yes.
All right. So we should bet them tomorrow. They're playing a big game.
That's right there.
Washington.
I mean, that's an omen right there.
They're getting 3 in Washington. We got to bet Oregon.
They're saying at least part of Alaska will be able to see the eclipse, is what I saw. They said.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. But yes, we'll get a partial eclipse, and I think the annual solar were in the states that I mentioned. They said in parts of those states. So yeah, very cool if you're into that kind of stuff. I know it was a handful of years ago that we had one, and I remember I was with my girlfriend and we didn't have anything to look, but she for some reason had a welder's mask, so we put on the whole metal.
That'll work. That's perfect.
And it did, and it was really cool.
Yeah, can't get better than that.
Yep.
It is the Penthouse on a Friday. Don't forget. Today, you can play Greek Gridiron at 1:35. We're also going to come back in a few minutes. We're going to give you some Florida stories, which are always very cool. Franny's going to give you another dose of things to do this weekend. So you're going to have a lot coming at you. And then next
I do have some a text if you want to talk about a therapist on here at 47142, because I know we got a few minutes.
Yeah.
And about the haunted houses. It's National Haunted House Day. 47142 said $100K for a haunted house, because that's what they say costs a lot of these to do. Says, I'm calling BS. My mother-in-law doesn't spend a dime on her house, but every time I go there, it scares the living bejesus out of me.
Nice.
All right.
Family ties.
A really great relationship with your mother-in-law.
Wow.
And then, of course, a text like this comes from Hugh. To go along with National No Bra Day, today is also National Tweak a Nipple Day. So, fellas, keep an eye out for those high beams and celebrate with a good, firm tweak. I don't recommend doing that unless you are married maybe to that person.
Or do it to yourself. Tweak yourself.
That's from Hugh, not from us.
You, not us.
Yep.
Love it. You get it.
Mary Lou Retton lives in Houston, according to a texter.
Well, there you go. There's the tie.
There you go. It says therapist. I am a very analytical person. I want to see a therapist because I feel it is good to have someone to help me talk through things. I tend to talk through problems, through any problems or issues I'm having anyway. I feel it's better because I don't want to feel like I'm burdening my friends with my problems. So if I have a therapist, I'm paying them to listen, so I don't feel bad at all.
That's nice.
Okay.
Yep.
There you go.
And then here we go. This is a long one. Franny, last year for Halloween, I dressed like an old man in a wheelchair and sat next to the front door. A plastic pumpkin was on a table and a sign that said, take a piece of candy and don't bother me. I had a blanket covering me underneath, and I was holding an electric chainsaw without the chain. I would wait for a group of kids to come, and I would jump out the wheelchair screaming with the chainsaw. They said most kids would run, but a little girl and her father came up, and he was being a smartass trying to bother me. I jumped up with a chainsaw in hand, and he ran off screaming like a little girl. His cute little princess dress daughter stayed there and started to eat her candy. So the princess stayed. The dad's the one who jumped away. Wow. The father sheepishly walked back up and said, dude, you just embarrassed me in front of my daughter. He said, dude, you're right.
That could be a song lyric. The princess stayed, the dad ran away.
I love this. And then the Ring of Fire is what they're calling this solar eclipse that's happening tomorrow. And somebody said, my last Ring of Fire incident was after Taco Bell. So.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow.
47142. You can always participate.
Great endorsement.
On the text line.
We love you guys. You are the tea and trombone. Remember that. We appreciate everything you do. Franny, we had some Florida stories. What do we got coming up?
Nobody knows what a trombone is.
Whatever. You play with your mouth. Figure it out.
Okay.
Play with your mouth and figure it out. Now, that should be a song lyric.
Could be a T-shirt. Billboard.
Sex doll.
We have a woman that doesn't like to talk to her neighbors so much. She did something very disgusting. And we have a Florida man said he'll help Satan kill whatever, and I'll let you know about that person. And a woman who just loved the way that the FHP patrol cars looked, but she ended up wanting one herself. I'll give you those details when we come back on Real Radio 92.1.
iHeartRadio is the easy-to-use app for music and radio. Download the free iHeartRadio app today. Yeah, it might be fall, and some people are all about pumpkin spice and dead leaves. But we know all you care about is football season.
That's why Real Radio wants to hook you up with $1,000 in Red Zone revenue.
Go to an away game, buy some new jerseys, or gamble it all away.
I like this kind of party!
We don't care what you do with it.
We've got 13 shots per day to score $1,000 in Red Zone revenue. Listen for the keyword, then enter it at realradio921.com, and you could score $1,000.
Score $1,000 in Red Zone revenue. Good luck from Real Radio.
Red Zone revenue is sponsored by Filter by HVAC Solutions, residential HVAC and indoor air quality services for every AC need. Now offering free emergency service for Real Radio listeners. Dial pound 250 and say the keyword stay cool. You'll receive a one-time auto dial text message. That's pound 250, keyword stay cool.
Here's traffic on Real Radio.
Seeing some big delays in West Palm Beach for the Friday drive. Accident 95 South at Blue Heron Boulevard. 2 right lanes are blocked, and the left lane of your on-ramp is blocked. Look out traveling through there. Make sure you slow down for bicycles on the ride. That's traffic. I'm Judy Stewart.
This report is sponsored by Our American Stories.
This is Lee Habib, the host of Our American Stories. This week, we'll have the story of one man's face-to-face encounter with one of the toughest admirals in naval history. You won't want to miss the next episode of Our American Stories.
Hey, it's the Greek for Joseph's Classic Market, where all great meals begin. If you're looking to delight your friends and family with delicious foods, then Joseph is the place. Fresh meats, produce, prepared food, catering, bakery, pizza, seafood, it's all under one roof. And 4 great locations: Boca Raton, Delray Beach, West Palm Beach, and Palm Beach Gardens. I don't start any day without going to Joseph Classic Market, where all great meals begin.
Excuse me? What happened to my grocery store?
This is your grocery store.
No, this is
A farmer's market?
Yes.
Well, sure. Any grocery store is like a farmer's market when you shop fresh from Florida. Fresh from Florida produce is locally grown by Florida farmers and always sold in season at the peak of freshness.
Well, that's a fresh new way to shop.
Fresh from Florida brings the farmer's market to wherever you buy groceries. Look for our logo or ask for Fresh from Florida.
You know when you wake up and your mouth feels gross and you just can't wait to brush your teeth to get that clean, fresh feeling again? That's exactly how millions of Navage users feel when they use powered suction to rinse out their noses every day, just like brushing their teeth. Once you're able to breathe deeply without congestion, you never want to be without it. That's why so many people rave about Navage, with over 100,000 online reviews. Feel the Navage difference for yourself. In less than a minute a day, you'll feel immediate relief from seasonal allergies and congestion after the very first use. Navage will also help you sleep deeper, snore less, and feel healthier, naturally, without drugs. Start breathing clearly again with Navage. Navage is available at Walmart, Walgreens, Target, CVS, Rite Aid, and online at Navage.com. Navage. Navage. Clean nose, healthy life.
For over a decade, SimpliSafe has revolutionized home security, and our latest advancement is here, 24/7 LiveGuard protection, only from SimpliSafe. Now, monitoring agents can see and speak to intruders through our new indoor camera to help stop crime in real time and for fast police response. Get 20% off any new system with Fast Protect monitoring at simplisafe.com/radio. Advanced home security, 24/7 professional monitoring for less than $1 a day. There's no safe like SimpliSafe.
My dad has a cold, but also has high blood pressure. That's why I got him Vicks DayQuil High Blood Pressure for max strength daytime relief. Unlike some ordinary cold medicines, it's specially formulated for people like my dad. DayQuil High Blood Pressure is sugar-free, alcohol-free, and decongestant-free.
Vicks DayQuil High Blood Pressure. The daytime, non-drowsy, coughing, aching, fever, sore throat, cold and flu for people with high blood pressure.
Like my dad.
Medicine. Use as directed.
Hazel Greek from Monroe's Palm Beach. Beautiful place with gorgeous ladies 7 days a week till 5 a.m. What a 5-star menu. And 1028, it's strip or treat. That's right, 1028, strip or treat. Their Halloween contest and party you don't want to miss. $500 on the line for a costume contest. 1028, it's strip or treat. It's Monroe's Palm Beach. Trick or treat, baby. You know where you got to go for the best ladies and the sexiest girls. Peace.
Looking for top-notch personal protection? The Smith & Wesson Equalizer is here to level the playing field. Easy to rack slide, easy to control ergonomic grip. It's designed for you. With a 10, 13, and 15-round magazine included, size up for better control or size down for easier concealment. Don't miss out on the opportunity to upgrade your safety. Visit your local dealer now. To learn more about the Equalizer, visit smith-wesson.com. Smith & Wesson, empowering Americans. All capacity sizes may not be available in your jurisdiction. Be sure to check your local laws and regulations.
The iHeartRadio app and the NFL right in your pocket. The home of the NFL Podcast Network, covering all 32 NFL teams, plus all the expert advice to win your fantasy league. And, of course, live NFL games. Touchdown! Download the free iHeartRadio app today. Free never sounded so good.
Real Radio weather.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News, continuing to keep an eye on partly cloudy skies through our Friday. It's a warm one, temperatures near 90, and more thunderstorms will be moving across the area as well. Most of the scattered storms will start inland and move east towards the coastline. Could see some on and off rain throughout the day, lingering into the evening as well. 1 or 2 scattered showers or storms are possible again tomorrow.
This report is sponsored by Tri-County Metals. Not sure which metal roofing panel is best for your project? Try Tri-County Metals' free panel selector tool on their website at tricountymetals.com. It will help you make your decision, and it's free and easy at tricountymetals.com.
Lex and Terry on Real Radio.
If an argument leads to your wife saying, "Do we need couples therapy?" Don't say, "No, only you need therapy."
Oh my God.
Okay, there you go. A little tippy tip.
Lex and Terry weekdays 7 p.m. till midnight on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast. An iHeart radio station. From the Energy Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios.
Have you been in an accident? Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Real Radio 92.1 is WZZR West Palm Beach, an iHeartRadio station.
Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Rover's Morning Glory wants you to score some Red Zone revenue. Win $1,000 now. Enter the nationwide keyword cash at realradio921.com. That's cash. Enter it now at realradio921.com. And good luck from Rover's Morning Glory and Real Radio.
Listening to the Penthouse. Now back to the Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Yes, you're back in the Penthouse on a Friday. Thanks for always tuning into Real Radio. And it doesn't stop after us. It's always the News Junkies and then Lex and Terry. And tomorrow it is the Locker Room, 11 to 12:30. Teddy covers at 12. And then the Gators take over as they take on South Carolina. Jimmy's in the house.
Hello and good afternoon.
Wouldn't be a Penthouse without her. Hello, Francis.
Hello.
And it is time for some stories about this great state.
Florida.
Did you say
Florida? I'm from Florida.
WTF.
What the Florida?
Well, let's get a little spooky for this one.
Ooh. Boo.
The Devil's Chair. Have you heard of it?
No. I knew a girl used to have that in her apartment. Devil's Chair.
Florida has a lot
Cost
of
extra.
a lot of I don't know if I want to sit on that. A lot of spooky attractions.
Not what you do with it.
Oh, got it.
That's what she said.
And haunted legends. They say, but this one might just take the cake, or in this case, your beer.
What?
You heard me.
You're
Tucked
gonna
away.
take my beer?
Nobody's taking Jimmy's beer.
Tucked away in the Lake Helen Cemetery, Volusia County, is a brick-laid seat that's known by locals as the Devil's Chair. So the cemetery is found near the Casadaga spiritualist camp. I'm probably messing that up. And several of the original spiritualists are still buried there, including the camp's founder, George Colby. So on the camp's website, it states that the community was founded in the late 1800s by Colby, a medium who was allegedly led to the area by spirit guide. Now the community is made up of around 57 acres with 55 homes, serving as a hub for mediums and spiritualists. I have heard of this. Many members of the community are cremated upon death, though aren't many from the Casadaga who end up buried in the cemetery anymore. But there are some pretty old tombstones still there. So they have that chair. And according to stories, this was in... there's a historian who has a book called Weird Florida and was talking about this. The cemetery has guards posted each Halloween to ward off pranksters because a lot of people want to go there and see what's going on.
Ooh.
Yeah, they said if you sit in the big brick chair at midnight, the devil will communicate with you, according
What's
to
up?
folklore. The Prince of Darkness, and no, we're not talking about Ozzy Osbourne, also enjoys a cold beer once in a while. For they're told that if you place an unopened can of beer on the chair, it will be empty the next morning. Whoa. It's probably something else. He's probably a pretty thirsty fellow after working in all, the fire and brimstone.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's kind of hot down there. Nothing like a cold beer to quench your thirst.
That's right. He's working up a sweat.
They said that the beer myth has even, but it's very popular, and they said among locals, with the Red Cypress Brewery in Winter Spring releasing a Devil's Chair drink prior to the brewery's closure in 2019. So they even made a beer named after the Devil's Chair.
What a coincidence.
Right?
The devil made me do it.
How ironic.
What? The devil made me do
The place
it.
does look spooky. If you look at the cemetery, it is a spooky.
Would you go to a cemetery like 12 o'clock at night at Halloween? That's pretty scary.
No, I'm good. And we got a bunch of deputies accused of stealing about $500,000 in pandemic relief funds. 17 Florida sheriff's deputies appeared in court on Thursday on charges that they stole about $500,000 in pandemic relief funds.
Yeah.
The Broward County deputies who were charged separately are accused of a range of crimes. Most are charged with wire fraud, which carries a sentence up to 20 years in prison. The one deputy is charged with conspiracy to commit wire fraud, which has a maximum sentence of only 5 years only in jail. That sucks, still sucks. They said 8 law enforcement deputies and 9 detention deputies have been suspended right now, according to Sheriff Gregory Toney. During a news conference, he was talking. He said his office is going through the legal process of firing them. At the end of the day, they will be gone. So at this point, they're like, they're suspended, but they're going to be gone by. Why don't you just tell them they're fired?
That's a lot of officers being let go.
The deputies
17?
collectively defrauded the PPP and the Economic Injury Disaster Loan Program out of about $500,000. They said no matter the amount, we will not allow limited federal tax dollars, which were intended to provide a lifeline for small businesses, as we know, that struggle to stay afloat, to be swindled by those who were employed in a position of trust, cast aside their duty to uphold and abide the law. So, yeah, because of that, bye-bye, no more jobs and prison time, I'm guessing. And then, yes, we have a woman who was like, man, those FHP cars are sexy. I want to drive one that looks like that. So she did. She got herself one. And, well, it wasn't one necessarily. It was a Dodge Charger. That's what they drive. But she liked the color scheme of it so much, that black and gold, that she got it wrapped in black and golds. And she even had a blue and white light bar and an emergency siren because, you know, she likes the look.
Makes sense.
So she gets pulled over. And, of course, because the cop's like, that's not an FHP car. It actually says FSO guard on it.
Yeah.
Yes.
I did see that the emblem on the side isn't the normal steel of the state like our stadiums have.
FSO guard to protect and serve. But even the front, like I don't know what it's called on the front grill thing. She even has the same thing that FHP. I mean,
push bar.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah, push bar.
She has everything that. So I mean, unless you're FHP, you're probably not noticing. I would be like, yep, that's definitely FHP.
Looks just like it. Like I said, the only thing that I noticed different was that the emblem on the side, and then they have like a random set of numbers on the quarter panels in the back. And I don't know if they're supposed to like replicate, looking like it's something official.
Maybe.
You know, just had to. I saw those numbers on there. I was like, well, I wonder what the hell that's supposed to be.
But now, I mean, she's facing charges after caught driving that car that resembles. At first, she lied and she said that that she purchased the car like that. And then after some questioning, she did. We're like, you know what? She meant that she liked it. She liked the color scheme, really did. So she got her car wrapped to look like that.
Wow.
Yeah. She said she had the light bar installed at a body shop, then decided to have it wrapped in that black and tan color. She says she requested the wrap business next to the body shop to wrap the vehicle in black and tan because she had previously seen the FHP's marked patrol units and fell in love with the color scheme. This is her quotes. They said it is illegal for a vehicle to be painted with the same color scheme as FHP. So if you love it so much, just know you cannot do it. Her vehicle was impounded. And as I mentioned, she does face some charges. But she also, they said, had a couple other things. I think the car wasn't registered, failing to register a motor vehicle, and misusing a dealer or manufacturer's license plate also on there. And then finally, near Florida, a woman, man, talk about not being nice. Somebody's got to teach her. Her neighbor, her 76-year-old neighbor, she's 28. Her name is Callie, and she walks her dog. And I guess her neighbor always tries to chat her up, little small talk. And she does not like small talk at all. In fact, she doesn't like it so much that she walked up to her neighbor and shoved a bag of dog poop into the face of the elderly neighbor.
Wow, that's extreme.
That's a bit extreme, yes. They said leaving feces smeared on his face and the bag on the ground. The dog waste bag matched those in the defendant's possession when the cops did show up, and she did get arrested. And that is your Florida. Ugh, that's gotta be so gross.
It's terrible. Great job, Francis. 105 and 1105. Jimmy, I believe you have somebody on hold.
We do. We have Steve on the line. Steve, welcome to the Penthouse.
Hey, what's up, Penthouse?
What's up, Steve?
How you doing, bub?
I believe the town Franny was mentioning is pronounced Casadega.
Casadega?
Thank you.
Casadega. Yeah, because my mother-in-law goes up there and gets her readings done and stuff. So.
Okay. Yeah. I've heard of it before. I've decided I've never. There's so many cities in the state of Florida. I always mess up. But thank you.
Yeah. Yep. All right. Y'all have a great weekend.
Okay. Thank you very much. We appreciate that. You guys can get involved in any capacity. You could call us, 877-927-6969. Maybe you got a favorite haunted house, or maybe you got something that on the Friday the 13th you will not do. You think it's like, ooh.
Maybe it's bad luck. Like this, walking under a ladder, 21% of us think it causes bad luck. We mentioned that earlier as one of the superstitions that we have.
Mm-hmm.
How about stepping on a crack? Do you consider that bad luck?
Well, you're just like, you go and break your mother's back.
Mhm.
I try not to, but if it happens, it happens.
Only 12% think that is actual bad luck. Breaking a mirror?
Yeah.
Surprised. Again, only 21% think it's unlucky.
Mm-hmm.
I was surprised by that because
I think out of all those, that's probably one of the things I would consider the most unlucky.
Now, this says black cats in general. It doesn't say, walking in front of you or walking. Like, that's always been it for me, right?
Yeah.
It's not whether it's a black cat is near you, but it's when it walks in your path, right? It's bad luck. 15% of people feel that is bad luck. This one I've never heard of. Seeing an owl. Just seeing one.
Never heard that either.
10% think that it's a sign something bad will happen.
Yeah. I actually heard one today early this morning, and I was actually seeking it out. I was like, where is that owl? I hear you.
Where are you? Opening an umbrella, 19% think it is unlucky. The number 666, 21% are superstitious about it. Being on the 13th floor of a building.
Yeah, you heard it all.
That's one you hear a lot in a lot.
Yeah, but a lot of time you can't even find it.
Yeah, there isn't any.
I was going to say, I wonder. So if it says 14,
it's still 13.
And it's still 13, but for all technicalities, are there people out there that think that that's bad luck?
Possibly.
I wonder. 13% think it's unlucky. How about that, huh? 13% people think that 13 is an unlucky building floor. Passing a cemetery without holding your breath. Again, one of those things that,
Never heard that.
if it wasn't for this show, I wouldn't even have known that it was a thing.
I've always done it. And then there's some times where the cemeteries are so big that you're like, I can't hold my breath any longer.
I was gonna say,
When I was a kid in Puerto Rico, there's a huge one in Orocovis where my parents are from. And my sisters and I would always hold our breath, and we could never make it past the cemetery.
Wow. And the idea is if you breathe, it'll take you, literally take your breath away and you'll die. That's the idea behind it.
Breathe in the spirits.
Okay.
The negative energy.
8% think it causes bad luck, and 6% say the same about tunnels.
What about tunnels?
Huh. I guess
go
you got to
through?
hold your breath through a tunnel.
Oh, man, Lincoln Tunnel is going to be tough.
Forget about it. You're dead.
I've heard that before, too.
Really?
I've heard that. I don't know why.
How about this? White lighters. 8% think they're unlucky. There's a myth that Jimi Hendrix, Janis Joplin, Kurt Cobain had white lighters on them when they died.
Wow.
Interesting. And we're all 27.
Oh,
Right?
they're
Aren't they all
all
part of the
27 Club?
And Morrison, too, from the Doors.
Yeah. Yeah, well, there's a lot more
Yes,
that are
but,
part of the 27 Club, that's for sure.
Wow, that's true.
Amy Winehouse, I believe she's a member of the club as well. So those are things. How about things that are good luck? Let's talk about good luck things. How about this knocking on wood? 26% think it stops bad things from happening. Throwing salt over your shoulder and pepper underneath. 15% feel that that's a good luck charm. Finding a penny heads up. 22% feel that it's good luck. Not that it just is. Saying bless you when someone sneezes. 27% feel that is good luck. Crossing your fingers. 20%. Ladybugs. 17% of people feel that is good luck.
Never heard that one.
Seeing I've heard of it, but I really didn't
Especially
understand.
if like a ladybug lands on you.
Oh, really?
Oh, is that it? It's got to land on you?
No, that's what I always thought.
Okay.
How about on your windshield? No?
I don't.
Like splats on your windshield?
Yeah, dies.
Dies?
No, I don't think that's good luck.
Probably not.
No.
Seeing a shooting star. 28% think it's lucky.
I do too.
Or you can wish on it. Of course, we've heard that much. I've heard. Finding a 4-leaf clover. Good luck. 24% of us think that is good luck. And 26% think seeing a rainbow is lucky.
Yeah, that I've heard.
You know what I
Really?
always found kind of twisted in that when I was a kid, I was like, oh, I want one. And then when I got older, I was like, God, no, that's really, really messed up. A rabbit's foot.
Right.
I was like, man, when you think
Is that
about
on
it,
here?
that's kind of messed up.
Yeah. But I think when you're a kid, you don't think about it.
It's not on here. Oh, you could buy them.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I hope they weren't real when I had them as a kid.
They probably weren't.
Okay.
Probably made in China.
Finding a 4-leaf clover, 24. 26, the rainbow. Yeah, I'm going to say down here in Florida, we see them all the time.
Yeah, we do.
Making a wish at 11:11.
You know who is
I don't
very
even
into
know
that?
that. What is that?
Is the time 11:11 or if
Yeah.
the date's 11:11 is Jayla, who used to was on the show for a bit.
Right.
Jayla is very big on the 11:11.
Really?
Yep. Anytime it's 11:11.
Huh. That's why she always showed up to work 2 hours late.
At 11:11.
We could have that. I knew he'd love that one. That was a slam dunk. She's going to hate me for it, but I'll make up for it next event we do together. Making a wish while blowing out candles.
I don't know if she's still here, is she?
With the company?
Jayla, yeah.
I believe so.
I haven't seen her in a while. All right. Sorry,
Yeah.
She just did a event with Jimmy.
Promotions, yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, no, I know she was in promotions. I just haven't seen her in a bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Making a wish while blowing out candles. 28% think birthday wishes are legit.
So do I.
Here's a few more.
Mine never come true, though. So it's like every year, though, I keep on wishing.
Because I'm still here?
You think I'm going to waste my wish?
He does.
With your name in it.
Yep, he does.
Sure,
He
you
does.
love. You think I'm going to waste my wish on you? You're beneath that.
Getting a big half of the wishbone, 18% think that is good luck.
Yeah.
Hanging horseshoes. People hang horseshoes. 12% of people think that is. Here's one for you, Greek. Blowing on dice. 14% think that's good luck, and 17% think beginner's luck is a real thing.
Yes, at the track.
And gambling, that's for sure it is.
How about anything with the elephants? When people put elephants in a room,
That's
been
it.
pretty.
Nope. That's all that's on my list of things. I mean, I'm sure there are other things that are considered good luck.
Yeah, elephants in a room, like you have one and you put the tusk up, and that's supposed to bring good luck.
Isn't
Face
that,
it,
yeah,
the doorway.
there's a couple of different things with that, but I know what you mean. Yeah.
The gambler thing at the track is for history. If somebody goes to the track for the first time, you're supposed to bet what they bet because they usually win because they feel the lords of gambling make you win the first time. You get hooked and you come back.
Speaking of things pointing up, isn't that with the horseshoe? It has to face up,
Yes.
correct?
Yep.
I think a white elephant, though, is that's good luck in Thailand. The white elephant is. But they also, like,
Really?
I've heard jade is good luck. Have you ever seen it? There's a name for it. But the Chinese, those cats that the arm just goes back and forth waving. Have you seen them? They're white.
Oh, yeah, but I don't know the name of
You know,
it.
you can see, like, if I know some places where I get my nails done and stuff,
Yep,
they have them
they
there,
do.
and some Chinese restaurants, but those are for
Really?
good luck, too.
Yep.
Oh, wow. I don't know. If I saw one, maybe I'd recognize it.
Yeah.
All right, if you guys have anything else you want to add to the list.
What's good luck?
Something that you think is good luck. It's time for the Greek misspeak spin the wheel.
All right. Who's
I think it's yours, no?
Who's going to finish it up?
Franny, I think.
All right.
Franny?
Let's
Yep.
go back. Let's
All
do
right.
it.
And get that wheels over here. Get somebody who keeps putting it away every time.
Management.
All right, here we go. You ready, Franny?
Yeah, I'm
All right,
ready.
here, I'm gonna oil it up a little bit.
Thank you. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
a little tough last time. A little squeaky.
All right,
That's
here we
awesome.
go.
I actually feel
and
the oil.
Pull. Number 101, Greek Misspeak 101. Here we go, kids.
This is your Greek Misspeak Review.
I've got out of my car a couple times without my mask.
You do forget, but you run right back in the house.
You run right back in. You open the trunk, you get in, you go drive away.
Yeah.
When you're doing something in life and you change it up, and you're changing it, that's when there's a change.
Jesus, thanks, Captain Obvious. You're swell.
Brilliant.
I mean, they changed the street to Las Vegas Boulevard. Oh, man, talk about just,
That was strangely arousing.
This guy's in there, like, watering the side of his house. Like, how you doing, buddy?
A good rule of thumb is to water deeply but gently.
It's a totally different year in 99.100.
This isn't a joke. I once had legitimate aspirations.
Yes. And you are the Picasso of producers.
So
El Capito Batita.
Oh, Francois, it's like I'm in a dream.
Everybody's welcome. Come on in, baby. The water's warm, and the eggs are on the buck.
You're not even trying anymore, are you?
Eggs are on the buck.
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 47142. We have a couple superstitions. They say a Mexican superstition: when an owl flies over a house at night, a person close to them will die.
Oh.
Okay.
Well, how do you see the owl, though, if it's at night?
You're outside.
Oh, okay.
You open your eyes?
Oh boy!
I thought you were inside. You're like, how's he flying over my roof?
I just read these. I don't. If you're Nutter's wife, I'm sorry. Good luck.
Oh, God.
Good luck, superstition. If you're a man and drive to Boca, you will most likely get lucky if you run into Nutter's wife. That's not.
Love Nutter. He was here the
Yes,
other day.
She is a very loyal wife and a very lovely human being. Somebody said, I've never heard of the 27 Club, but I Googled it, and there are 54 members. They said, holy crap.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That many now, huh?
54.
Yep. Here we go. I was able to drive through 2 rainbows on State Road 70 over 40 years ago, and ever since that, my life has sucked.
Nice. Awesome.
We have an Asian elephant with its trunk pointed up is considered good luck.
There it is.
There you go. And then a little fun fact, I guess, because the Ring of Fire is the name of the solar eclipse that the nickname they're giving it for tomorrow. It says, regarding the Ring of Fire, at the height of Johnny Cash's song Ring of the manufacturer, Preparation H, asked if they could use a song in their commercial. Johnny Cash refused. He did not want the song to be associated with hemorrhoids. All right. I get it.
I can see that.
Uh-huh. And thank you very much. Those are some texts, and you can always participate 47142. Start it off with Real Radio.
Thank you, Francis. Appreciate it. Again, you guys want to get involved, you can text us, you can call us, or you can email Jimmy. Those are the 3 ways that you can get involved in the show. We always want you guys to get involved in any capacity. It always helps us out, and we like when people get involved in the Penthouse. It's a big Penthouse, so the more the merrier. We do not care. We want everybody to get involved in the show. Don't forget, after us, it is the News Junkies, and then it is Lex and Terry. Tomorrow, full day, you got the locker room, and then you got the Gators pregame at 12:30, and then they take on South Carolina at 3:30. That should be a very interesting game. Canes are playing North Carolina, and Florida State does have an easy game tomorrow. They should blow out. I believe they are playing Syracuse. It is the Penthouse. We're going to come back in a few minutes, but when we come back in a few minutes, you'll have your opportunity to play Greek Gridiron after the trifecta.
So we'll just give a cue to call?
Yes.
You got it.
You got it. It is the Penthouse on a Friday, doing it in studio. Your chance to win a trip to Vegas and a 4-seater golf cart. You can't beat it.
And if you just win this round, that's just to get you in that running. You
Yes.
do get a gift card to New York Prime.
Yes, you do, Francis. Thank you. It is the Penthouse. We'll be back. Peace.
Real radio is the News Junkie.
Something is coming back into popularity that has not been popular for a very long time.
Sean Watson.
What? How dare you? My popularity remains at an all-time high.
The News Junkie. Weekday afternoons at 2 on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Now, you can relive the greatest moments from our 2023 iHeartRadio Music Festival.
Streaming only on Hulu.
Lenny Kravitz kicks things off with his biggest hits.
Foo Fighters get the whole crowd singing along.
Tim McGraw debuts his new song live.
Public Enemy brings the 90s hip-hop energy.
Fall Out Boy covers a classic while literally on fire. And so much more.
Relive the greatest moments from our iHeartRadio Music Festival.
Streaming now only on Hulu for a limited time.
Getting you up to speed on traffic on Real Radio.
Not seeing any significant delays or incidents along our Palm Beach expressways. We're up to speed on the Turnpike and 95. Road work will slow you down if you're traveling Southern Boulevard West. This is right after Dixie Highway. That right lane is blocked. That's traffic on Judy Stewart.
This report is sponsored by Our American Stories.
This is Lee Habib, the host of Our American Stories. This week we'll have the story of how one Marine mourned the loss of his tough-as-nails father. You won't want to miss the next episode of Our American Stories.
Jim Gaffigan here with some more Straight Talk. Now you can get a Walmart Plus membership, plus not pay for it, because it's included with Straight Talk wireless plans. You get free delivery with Walmart plus a Paramount Plus subscription included. Plus, you pay less for gas. That's a lot of pluses.
Only Straight Talk gives you unlimited 5G data and Walmart Plus included on select plans for free.
Straight Talk Wireless, available at Walmart.
Requires service on Gold or Platinum Unlimited. One offer per eligible account. Paramount Plus Essential Plan only. Separate registration required. Additional terms apply.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. But not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Hey, it's the Greek for Filter by HVAC Solutions. We made it through the summer, and it was very hot. But guess what? Your air conditioner is likely overworked, tired. It's important to make sure it's properly serviced and maintained. Take care of it before it happens that there's a big problem or an emergency. And if there's an emergency, we can all agree, if your air conditioner is not working, it is an emergency. Pound 250 and say keyword stay cool. Pound 250 and say keyword stay cool. FilterByHVACSolutions.com. Go to our website. Over 70,000 5-star reviews. You will receive a one-time auto-dial text message from iHeart. If you have a problem with your air conditioner or you want to make sure it's working properly, there's only one place to call. Filter by HVAC Solutions. It's football season, and if your team doesn't score, you get hot under the collar. You can't afford for your air conditioner not to work. Pound 250 and say the keyword stay cool. Pound 250 and say the keyword stay cool. Filter by HVAC Solutions. They'll keep you cool every single day of the year. Peace.
Excuse me? What happened to my grocery store?
This is your grocery store.
No, this is
A farmer's market?
Yes.
Well, sure. Any grocery store is like a farmer's market when you shop fresh from Florida. Fresh from Florida produce is locally grown by Florida farmers and always sold in season at the peak of freshness.
Well, that's a fresh new way to shop.
Fresh from Florida brings the farmer's market to wherever you buy groceries. Look for our logo or ask for Fresh from Florida.
I had an important job, and it wasn't just a job, it was keeping my brothers and sisters safe. And coming back, it felt like kind of thrown away. If it hadn't been for Wounded Warrior Project, I honestly don't know if I would be here. It was like, I got my family back again. We all felt the connection, like that brother and sisterhood.
See how Wounded Warrior Project empowers women veterans like Donna by visiting woundedwarriorproject.org/empowerwomenvets.
I'm Mark Anajar.
I'm Glenn Levine.
I'm Ellie Anajar.
And we're Anajar and Levine. Experience the Anajar and Levine difference by calling us with any of your legal needs. Call 1-800-747-FREE for a free consultation and take back control of your life.
In office, West Palm Beach.
This is the lunch rush at your local deli. Orders are flying in. Online, on the phone, and in person.
Order for Nick.
So is it possible that fast internet could help your business outrun the rush? It is with Comcast Business. Up-leveling your speed with gig speed Wi-Fi, powering all your devices, and fast downloads and uploads, powered by the next generation 10G network. With Comcast Business, next level speed isn't just possible, it's happening. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Get started with fast speeds and advanced security for $49 a month for 12 months with a 1-year contract. Plus, ask how to get a $600 prepaid card with a qualifying gig bundle. Call or go online to learn more. Ends 11/12/2023. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and autopay. New 100 megabits per second internet and Security Edge customers only. Equipment, taxes, and other fees extra. After promo, regular rates apply. Gig Wi-Fi requires gig speed and compatible router.
I had an important job, and it wasn't just a job, it was keeping my brothers and sisters safe. And coming back, it felt like kind of thrown away. If it hadn't been for Wounded Warrior Project, I honestly don't know if I would be here. It was like, I got my family back again. We all felt the connection, like that brother and sisterhood.
See how Wounded Warrior Project empowers women veterans like Donna by visiting woundedwarriorproject.org/empowerwomenvets.
Tito's Handmade Vodka on game day? Pour me in, coach, from the seat of stands or on your couch. Root for your favorite team spirit. Stack a spicy Bloody Mary for your warm-up. Salt the rim with a Tito's Rita during halftime. Or take home a win with Tito's. Make Tito's your first-round pick. Find cocktail recipes for every fan at Tito'sVodka.com. 40% alcohol by volume, namely 80 proof. Crafted to be savored responsibly.
Hey, you're up next. My throat hurts so bad. There's no way I can sing tonight. Here, try these. Vicks VapoCool Drops. Yeah, Vicks VapoCool Drops has maximum strength menthol with a rush of Vicks Vapors. Ooh, I can already feel it. I told you. So, you ready? I'm ready.
Vaporize sore throat pain fast with Vicks VapoCool Drops.
Get treatment now for ED from Simply Men's Health. Get one free ED treatment if you call right now at 561-459-5356. That's 561-459-5356. Simply Men's Health. You deserve great sex again.
Here's what's happening with the weather on Real Radio.
From the Gordon and Partners Weather Center. Have you or a loved one been injured through no fault of your own? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News, continuing to keep an eye on partly cloudy skies through our Friday. It's a warm one, temperatures near 90, and more thunderstorms will be moving across the area as well. Most of the scattered storms will start inland and move east towards the coastline. Could see some on and off rain throughout the day, lingering into the evening as well. 1 or 2 scattered showers or storms are possible again tomorrow.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com. As the leaves change, leave the hiring to Indeed. Their all-in-one hiring platform helps you attract, interview, and hire candidates all from one place. And Indeed's interview tool lets you schedule and conduct virtual interviews right from their website. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
I'm Curtis Fitzgerald-Jackson.
And I'm Charlie Webster. The podcast Surviving El Chapo, the twins who brought down a drug lord, returns for a second season and picks right back up with Pete and Jay Flores taking their first steps on U.S. soil after turning themselves in to the U.S. government. Season 2 follows the twins through their time in prison and testifying in court against El Chapo.
Surviving El Chapo.
Listen to Season 2.
iHeartRadio app or wherever you get podcasts.
This is Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast.
Yo, Penthouse. Great day to be a pool guy today, huh? Gee, you're just talking about ladybugs on the windshield. Got a joke for you. What's the last thing that goes through a ladybug's mind when it hits the windshield of your car? It's ass. Peace, guys.
You're listening to the Penthouse. Now back to the Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Jeremy, we loved you. That was a miss, though. We do love you. Great job, and it's raining today, so you're probably just sitting around and maybe just hanging out and enjoying South Florida. It is the Penthouse on a Friday. Jimmy's in the house.
Hello and good afternoon.
Francis is here.
Hey, what's up?
It's the last trifecta of the day.
Riders up. It's Creek's Trifecta.
All right, the Final Four is set in baseball. It is the Phillies and Astros in the National League after the Phillies defeated the Braves yesterday. And in the American League, it is Texas taking on the Houston Astros, who are the champs. Whether or not they can repeat, we'll find out in the next couple weeks. Not a big fan of the Astros because they've been getting caught cheating a couple years ago, but they are on a great run. Last night in Thursday Night Football, Chiefs won 19-8, and Taylor Swift was in the house. And I know a lot of people are sick of it, but the Chiefs did cover, and they are 3-0 with her when she is attending games. See what happens with this Taylor Swift thing because it's getting out of control for the NFL, and everybody who's reporting it, they're just giving that enough love, and they're milking it to the bone with everything. And Miami Dolphins Sunday are taking on Carolina. That is one of our games in Greek Gridiron. Highest spread of the week, 13.5. Thank you, DraftKings. And that is your last trifecta of the day for you guys. Ready for Greek Gridiron? You get a contestant, Jimmy?
We're giving the cue to call.
We're putting
That's
out the
what
cue
we
to
said.
call, right?
Yeah. First
Okay,
come, first
well,
serve.
we'll put out the cue to call. Give us a call right now, 877-927-6969. If you want to play Greek in Greek's Gridiron for this year, nobody's won yet against them, so it's wide open. 877-927-6969. I'll get somebody lined up here, and we'll get going here in a minute.
Perfecto. And while he's doing that, how about I show some love to our sponsors of Greek's Gridiron 2023. We got Monroe's of Palm Beach, Tito's Handmade Vodka, Palm Beach Autographs, Joseph's Classic Market, Dr. Ernest Orfanos, New York Prime, Superior Street Golf Carts, which is supplying the golf cart for the grand prize winner, Visa Network, and where we will be next Friday and every other Friday during Greek's Gridiron, which is Strike's Cigar Lounge in Boca Raton.
Thank you so much, Francis. I want to thank all the sponsors every week. You guys, thank you so much for being involved in Greek's Gridiron. We believe this is the 20th season that we've been doing this. We couldn't have done it without all our sponsors and obviously Jimmy, Francis, and everybody who's helped us with Greek's Gridiron through the years. So we thank you tremendously. We love to bring this to the audience. Always very popular on our station and always a big grand prize. And this year is even bigger than ever with Vegas and obviously a golf cart for 4. You will definitely look like you won the Powerball when you drive around with this golf cart in your neighborhood. People be like, what? Did you win Powerball? And you're like, no. I win Greek's Gridiron from Real Radio 92.1. It'll be that simple. And all you got to do is beat me. And guess what? It can be done. We need somebody to step up and kick my ass. 877-927-6969. I do believe we have a contestant.
We do. We have Frank on the line. Frank is going to take you on 7 games against the spread this week. Frank, welcome to the Penthouse.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Oh, thank you, Frank. Are you familiar about the spreads and how that works?
Yes.
Think you can kick my ass this week?
I'm definitely going to try my best.
All right, Frank.
It's just his ass.
Thanks. We love it.
All right.
All right, so you know how this goes, Frank. I'm going to go around the horn. We're going to hit up Jimmy first, and then I'm going to go to you, and then I'm going to go to G-Man for your picks. Of course, the one you have to beat, it is Greek's Gridiron. Is Greek. We have 2 games in college, 5 in the NFL, Frank, and we are going to start with college. And our first game is going to be North Carolina, and they are at home, -3.5 against the Miami Hurricanes. Jimmy, who do you like?
Boy, I don't know. After last week's letdown, I'm not sure Miami's up for it. Give me North Carolina laying 3.5.
All right, Frank, who do you like?
I'm going to go with North Carolina on that one.
North Carolina and G-Man.
I'm surprised the Canes are going to get on a plane, to be honest with you, after last week. It was one of the 3rd worst losses in Cane history. I'm going to put that behind Doug Flutie and the Ohio State, where they got screwed by the refs. North Carolina's got a great quarterback. They're scoring points. I don't see how. I'll be surprised they win the Canes, but it's a Saturday night. Like I said, Saturday night, the kids go crazy for these home games. I'm going Carolina.
All right, so next up, we've got Notre Dame playing at home, -2.5, and they are playing USC in that matchup. Jimmy, who do you like?
Whew, boy. That's a tough one. It's in Notre Dame?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'll lay the 2.5 with Notre Dame. USC doesn't have much of a defense, right? I've been hearing, so yeah, give me Notre Dame.
Notre Dame for Jimmy. Frank, who do you like?
Yeah, that's a pretty tough one. I agree with that. I'll take USC.
USC for Frank. All right, and how about for you, Greek?
They have not won there in years against Notre Dame. But guess what? I'm not a fan of using them, but I'm a fan of betting them. I'll take the Trojans. USC.
All right, so far, Frank and Greek, you guys have the same picks. Let's move to the NFL and see if we can get some separation here. We have our Miami Dolphins playing at home, -13.5 against the Carolina Panthers. Who do you like, Jimmy?
Give me the Dolphins. They'll cover that spread easily.
All right, Dolphins for Jimmy. Frank?
Oh, Carolina. After last week, they put up some points on my Lions defense, so I'll take Carolina.
Okay. All right, Carolina for Frank. And how about for you, Greek?
Ooh, that's a lot of points. I'm going to stay with the Dolphins. I'm lay to 13.5.
Okay.
All right, separation.
There we go. We got a game for you guys to pay attention to. And next up, we have the New Orleans Saints, -1 against the Houston Texans, and the Texans are at home in Houston. Who do you like, Jimmy?
Give me Houston. I think they'll cover that easily. Well, actually, they're getting a point, so.
All right. Who do you like, Frank?
Yeah, I'll take Houston on that one as well.
Houston and G.
It's a hat trick. Houston's
All right.
home. Their quarterback's playing one of the best in the NFL. They got a good defense, and the Saints are men's and men's.
Yeah, they're spotty this year.
Okay, next up in the NFL, we have the Raiders -3 against the New England Patriots, and the Patriots are at home. Jimmy.
Boy, I tell you what, that's you never know what Raiders team you're going to get, but we know what team we're going to get in New England. Give me the Raiders. They'll cover that 3.
Raiders. Frank.
Yeah, give me the Raiders as well.
Okay. And how about for you, Greek?
The Patriots could not score on the Vegas Strip if they had 2,000 on them. They have not scored in 2 games, so I'm going with the Raiders.
All right. Another hat trick there. And then we have the Philadelphia Eagles -6.5 against the New York Jets. And Jets are playing at home. Who do you like, Jimmy?
6.5, that's it?
Yep.
Oh, boy, I'll lay that all day long. Give me the Eagles.
All right, Eagles for Jimmy. Frank, who do you like in that matchup?
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Eagles on that one as well.
All right. And how about for you, Greek?
I think the Jets will be flying south. I'll take the Eagles, too.
All right.
Their offense is bad. They got a good defense, but Philadelphia, I think, could win by a touchdown.
All right, so far, just one game separate, that Miami-Carolina game. Maybe we have this one separate. We have the Atlanta Falcons playing at home -2.5 against Washington, the Commanders. Who do you like, Jimmy?
Oh, boy, that is a toss-up there, huh? Commanders they fell off. They started off the season and somewhat decent, but Falcons aren't doing that great either. I don't know. Where are they at?
Atlanta's home, I believe.
Atlanta's home.
Atlanta's home?
According to this, yes.
You know what? Give me the Falcons just because they're home.
All right, Frank?
Yeah, I'm going to take the Falcons as well.
Okay, and how about for you, Greek?
Last time we saw Washington, they were a real mess. They had 10 days off. Maybe Magic Johnson could talk to them. I'll take Washington.
All right.
There you
So
go.
there we go. We got 2 games for you to pay attention to, Frank. You got the Miami-Carolina game and the Falcons-Commanders game.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Frank. Thanks for listening to Real Radio. Good luck. And do you have somebody you can take to Vegas with if you win?
I'll find somebody.
All right, cool.
I'm sure it won't be hard.
It won't be hard. And how about the golf cart? Do you have a place you can put it?
Oh, yeah.
All right, good. Hope you win, Frank.
All right, good luck, buddy.
There it is. If you do beat me, you first get a gift card to New York Prime. Then your name goes into a hat for the end of the season. And then you qualify for the grand prize. And Francis will pick the winner at the end of the season. That'll be sometime.
At random. It's not going to be like, oh, I like that person. I like that person, Frank, because it's like Francis. And pick him. No, it's going to be at random. We'll put a name and like a kind of like a lottery style thing.
Yep. And then you guys will be on your way maybe to Vegas. Last year, our winner had a fantastic time. And he was at the Circa Hotel and Casino. And thank God to Visa Network, who provides that for us. Great sponsors. But he just said it was a fantastic time. And then you get a golf cart, too. So you can't beat it. You got a great opportunity for everybody. And again, thank all our sponsors. We appreciate you guys getting involved. You guys do a great job. Tito's, Joseph's Classic Market, Monroe's, Strikes. There's a couple more.
Palm Beach Autographs.
Yeah, Palm Beach Autographs.
Dr. Ernest Orfanos.
Yes.
Superior Street Golf Carts, who's giving us Visa Network.
Yeah, and don't forget, we got a Halloween show coming up. We can't tell you where. It's going to be spooky, but it's going to come up on the Tuesday of Halloween. Francis, do we have time to tell people one more time what to do this weekend?
What to do? Yeah, sure. Why not?
All right, let's get to it, Dan.
All right. We have in Boca Raton the Boca Pumpkin Festival happening this weekend, kicking off tonight. You can go to bocapumpkinpatch.com if you want to get more information on that. But that's what they're going to have, a pumpkin patch, Carnival Midway, pumpkin food court, fall-themed food options, as well as traditional carnival food, and a pumpkin beer bar, which sounds awesome. Like, when I think about that, because you know how some pumpkin beers, like, they'll, like, rim it with, like, maybe some, like caramel and then some pumpkin spices and stuff on it.
Okay.
I'm curious if that's what they do, because a pumpkin beer bar, or maybe that's all they serve. But definitely sounds enticing to me. And then the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office is inviting you to join them in Wellington for a free public safety night. This is tonight, Lakeside Market in Wellington Town Center. Besides getting to hang out and talk to the deputies and other first responders, there's going to be live music, food trucks, and local vendors. That's from 6 to 9. Of course, you have Fright Nights going on at the South Florida Fairgrounds if you want to do something spooky, get you in the Halloween spirit. Oktoberfest opens tonight at the American German Club in Lantana. Live bands, German dancing, German beer, food. It is one of the most fun Oktoberfests that we have in South Florida that goes on through next weekend. If you want to get your funny on tonight, you got Burt Kreischer at the Hard Rock Live. Then we will move to tomorrow, where thank you, Carol, for reminding us that the new Bush Wildlife Center is opening up tomorrow. I believe that's out in Jupiter Farms area. We also have something that I'm going to be at. I'm going to be hosting this all day long. I'll be there from 10 on, but the event doors open at 10:30, and it technically is 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. This is the Kravis Center. This is their very first block party. I'm really excited about this. This is a free event, family friendly. There's going to be live acts. They're going to have activities, workshops, all kinds of stuff. It's such a cool thing. I'm really excited to be part of this and be hosting these events. They're going to have sing-alongs. A variety of workshops include the Miami City Ballet, samba percussion, hip-hop street dancing, African drum circle, which you can be a part of, pick up some instruments, and play along. It sounds like a lot of time. You probably will see me dancing in some of these things, too, because I definitely would love to learn. Yeah. So this is going to be a great time. If you can come on out and say hi, I would absolutely love that. But they encourage you to register for these workshops because they are limited as far as the capacity, but still free. So go ahead, register ahead of time. You can get more information. You can check in at kravis.org for that. Then tacos and treats. Yes, I'm talking about tacos and desserts. This is the South Florida Tacos and Treats Festival at John Prince Park in Lake Worth. That is tomorrow and Sunday.
One and the same.
Oh, delicious to me. The Green Market is tomorrow, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. West Palm Beach Waterfront, #1 in the nation as far as green markets is concerned. It has been given that for the past few years by USA Today. The Downtown Stewart Craft Festival going on Osceola Street. That is tomorrow starting at 10 o'clock. We got Cars and Coffee, Martin County, Elliott Museum. That runs 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. Then I'm trying to get through here. We have another cars and coffee. And they're bringing it down south on Sunday at the Tanger Outlets. And that's going to go on from 8 a.m. to noon. You check out, have some coffee while you stroll the parking lot and check out some really cool classic cars.
Oh, it's a good time.
And then finally, yes, if you want to head on down to the Hard Rock Stadium, you have our very own Miami Dolphins taking on the Carolina Panthers on Sunday. And there you go for some things going on this weekend.
Thank you, Francis. We gave you a couple different opportunities. If you guys want to ever add on to something that Francis is going to speak about, please text us, call us, or email Jimmy at Real Radio 921. And we would be happy to put it on the list, especially if it's at a charity event or anything that is trying to raise money for our community. We do appreciate you guys listening all the time to Real Radio. I don't know if you saw this last week. The 49ers did play Dallas, and the tight end for the Cowboys had a T-shirt on. He had a little slogan underneath, and he made sure that he showed everybody. He lifted up his shirt, and it said, blank Dallas. And he got fined $13,000 for showing that T-shirt.
Not surprised.
Not surprised. He would have got away with it if he didn't show it, but he did show it. He said he was ready to get fined $13,000. I'm surprised they only fined him that. Remember a couple of weeks ago, Tariq Hill got fined $7,000 for not wearing socks.
And you know that was only one play. He didn't wear socks.
Oh, was he really?
Yeah. So I didn't even know this. My wife read about it. Apparently, that he was in the tent getting a shot for maybe dehydration or something like that. Mm-hmm. They gave it to him in his foot. And then all of a sudden, the offense was out, so he had to run back. He threw on a shoe and ran back out on the field. He didn't have time to put his sock on.
Oh, wow.
So apparently, it was only one play or maybe one series that he didn't have him on or didn't have it on. And it was only, again, you did mention it was only one sock.
Yeah.
Right, that he was missing. It wasn't both. So, but apparently that's what it was. Now, I didn't read into it. I didn't look it up, but that is pretty funny. But, it's like anytime we've heard it. Sometimes a lot of the linemen, when their shirts are untucked, apparently they allegedly get fined for that too.
I thought when he did that, I mentioned watching it with some of my friends. I thought it was some kind of a message he was doing because there was only one sock.
Right.
And I said to my buddy, he doesn't have a sock on. That's weird. But again, like you said, there's always a story behind it. He got a shot. Maybe it was a turnover.
Yeah.
And they were like, offense, back in.
Yeah, it was something along those lines.
Yeah.
I don't think he was expecting to have to go in right away. And then again, he just rushed. And I guess that's a big deal, right? $7,000 for that.
Yeah, and the T-shirt, though, it said blank Dallas, and he lifted it up.
And you got to figure, you're right. I mean, that's almost double the fine, but you would think it'd be even worse than that because of the profanity.
Yeah, of course.
So.
Yeah, it didn't say the word out there, but he showed it, and he was taunting them, and that's what they gave him.
Sure.
And I always speculate, do the players actually pay this, or does the team? We'll never know. But some of these fines can be stiff, especially for uniforms.
I mean, if he didn't care and he knew who was going to be fined, I'm assuming he had to pay for it. Like
you would think versus like maybe if that is the case with Tyreek Hill, where the team might go, we'll pick that up.
Sorry,
that was, it wasn't really anything you did wrong.
Potentially.
Yeah.
Now if the guys get ejected for misconduct on the field type thing, I'm sure that they would be held to that because they always come with fines.
Yep. Yeah. Anytime you get thrown out.
Yeah.
They talked about when you see a lot of guys, they punt the ball or throw it in the stands. That's a fine.
Throwing them in the stands.
Yeah, I think that's $2,500 or something like that.
Is that what it is?
I think I read that. He worth $1,000. One of those. But they do it sometimes. They just kick the ball right in the stands.
Yeah.
What they did stop doing was calling a flag.
Speaking of which, you remember that touchdown last week with the Dolphins and Tyreek? I'm sorry, not the Dolphins. Tyreek Hill. Yeah, he threw the ball up into the stands and he was trying to get it to his mom.
Yeah.
And that dude kind of got in the way and he grabbed it, but then they realized it was for his mom. So he turned around and gave it to her.
Yeah.
Tyreek met up with him at a restaurant and gave him a whole bunch of autographed stuff.
Oh,
yeah,
that's cool.
yeah. They posted a video I saw on it that he wanted to make up for, because he was nice enough to give the ball over what it was intended for, which was his mom. That was pretty cool.
Super nice guy. I've talked about it 4 or 5 times. Met him at Palm Beach Autographs. There was like 300-400 people. He did it all night, signed every single thing.
Yeah.
Where he could have just been like, I'm out, 10 o'clock. You know what I mean? I did my 3 hours.
Yeah.
But he was very nice. And all stories that I hear about him, I've only heard one, and it wasn't one incident that he's had since he's with the Dolphins, and that was down at that marina. That was the only time I ever heard anything negative about him. Super nice to me. Signed something for our boss, signed something for me. He was just a really nice guy. So, see what happens. Don't forget, after us, it is the News Junkie and then Lex and Terry. Tomorrow, Locker Room. Short show. Teddy Covers will be there to give you your picks. and then it is the Gators. Jimmy, great job as always. Another ace of a week. The good thing for me is I get to work you tomorrow.
Absolutely. Looking forward to it, Greek. Thank you, Greek, so much. Great job. Francis, thank you so much. Have a great weekend, and I hope your event is great at the Kravis, too. Can't wait to hear all about it. And thank you for listening.
Franny, great job as always. You were the P in Penthouse. Thanks for everything you do. Tomorrow, give us a call in the locker room if you get time to promote your event.
I will. I guess I will try. I'm going to be very busy going from stage to stage. I don't know. I guess I'm the P in Penthouse.
Number one.
But thank you. It's been a good week. Appreciate you guys for everything that you do. And of course, I appreciate you for listening. I hope you have a phenomenal weekend. Yeah, come on out to the Kravis Center. It's a free event. Bring the kiddos. It'll be a lot of fun from 11 to 3. G-Man, do you have any parting words?
Get an umbrella this afternoon because it looks like it's going to rain like cats, meow, and dogs. Ruff, ruff. Go Gators.
Elvis has left the building.
Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
180! What's on?
Real Radio 92.1 is your official FM home for Florida Gators football.
The Gators are heading to South Carolina to take on the Gamecocks. Kickoff is at 3:30.
15, 10, to the house! Touchdown! Gators!
Don't miss a snap. Listen on air or stream Real Radio 92.1 on our free iHeartRadio app. Florida Gators football on Real Radio is presented by Smith, Ball, Baez, and Prather, Florida injury lawyers. Here's traffic on Real Radio.
Watch out for wet roadways on your ride today, but we're looking good on the expressways. No major delays or incidents to slow us down on the Turnpike or 95. Drive safe. That's traffic. I'm Judy Stewart.
This report is sponsored by the Mark Moss Show.
Ukraine's received $115 billion from U.S., Europe, and around the world. Yet, that's not enough? I'm Mark Moss, helping you navigate the decentralized revolution. Listen to the Mark Moss Show on the iHeartRadio app, on Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey, it's the Greek. Your smile's the first thing people see, and I have the guy who can give you that $1 million smile.
Thanks, Greek. I'm Dr. Ernest Orfanos, a board-certified periodontist, and I can give you that perfect smile. My staff and I will make you feel comfortable and relaxed during your procedure. We do what's called Teeth in a Day, where you get implants and teeth that very same day, all phases of dental implants. And as a multi-specialty office, we are capable of meeting and exceeding all of your needs. Please call our office at 561-477-7171.
Excuse me? What happened to my grocery store?
This is your grocery store.
No, this is
a farmer's market?
Yes.
Well, sure. Any grocery store is like a farmer's market when you shop fresh from Florida. Fresh from Florida produce is locally grown by Florida farmers and always sold in season at the peak of freshness.
Well, that's a fresh new way to shop.
Fresh from Florida brings the farmer's market to wherever you buy groceries. Look for our logo or ask for Fresh from Florida.
I had an important job, and it wasn't just a job, it was keeping my brothers and sisters safe. And coming back, it felt like kind of thrown away. If it hadn't been for Wounded Warrior Project, I honestly don't know if I would be here. It was like, I got my family back again. We all felt the connection, like that brother and sisterhood.
See how Wounded Warrior Project empowers women veterans like Donna by visiting woundedwarriorproject.org/empowerwomenvets.
My dad has a cold, but also has high blood pressure. That's why I got him Vicks DayQuil High Blood Pressure for max strength daytime relief. Unlike some ordinary cold medicines, it's specially formulated for people like my dad. DayQuil High Blood Pressure is sugar-free, alcohol-free, and decongestant-free.